How we doing, folks? How we doing, folks? It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airwaves of Houston, Texas. Oh, let me turn my phone back on. Give me a second, folks. We're coming in from Houston, Texas. Hold up, folks. I am going to jump off and then I'm going to be right back on, folks. Don't worry. I'll be back. How we doing, folks? It's Kelley. Sorry about that. We're back again. Some technical difficulties, but we're back. How's everybody doing? It's Kelley. A couple of folks coming back into the room. How we doing, folks? It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airwaves of Houston, Texas. Today, we're going to talk about what we always talk about. What is it that we always talk about, folks? We talk about how to defeat type 2 diabetes, how to defeat insulin resistance, how to defeat this condition. Once you get this, and the question is, once you get this condition, insulin resistance, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, all that stuff, pre-diabetes, do you have to have it for the rest of your life? Do you have to take medication for the rest of your life? Or is there an alternative? Is there another way out? We're here to bust that myth today, folks. And the answer is absolutely. Absolutely, there's a way out. If your A1C is climbing, if it's climbing, no matter what you do, is it still climbing? Then this is going to be where you need to be today. This is going to be the live that we're gonna break the whole thing down, and we're gonna peel back the layers. Peel back the layers. What is it? What the heck is type 2 diabetes? And then how do I know so much about it? Like, how do you know so much about this diabetes things, Kelley? Well, That's later to come. But before, I was a diabetic, I had heart disease, and I was obese. The triple whammy. So I got hit with this all at the very same doctor's visit. So no more of that. No more diabetes, no more heart disease. Reversed it all. That's what I'm going to show you how to do today. Now, it's some work that you got to do, but you're not afraid of a little bit of work, are you? If it means getting to your goal weight or bringing your A1C back down to, 5.3, we'll say. That's the goal. Let's get down to 5.3. Is it possible? A couple more folks coming in. Do me a favor, folks, and tap in with me and let me know where you're from. What city are you from? What country are you from? What state are you from? My name is Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. And also, do me a favor, double tap that screen, bebop that screen, we call it, double tap it. And then also, you want to share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling. Share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with prediabetes, borderline diabetes, gestational diabetes, like whatever form, type 2 diabetes, PCOS, erectile dysfunction. That's any of the, if you know anybody struggling with those conditions, send this live over there to them. And we're going to talk today about how to bring all that stuff back into the normal range. Because, yeah, folks, it can be brought back to the normal range. Your A1C I'm talking about. Like I said, how do you know that, Kelley? How do I know that it can be brought back into the normal range and stay there? Well, I know that because countless other people have done it, myself included, naturally. So like I said, if you're just joining us, a few years ago, I was in the absolute worst shape of my life. I was diagnosed as having heart disease, having diabetes, and being obese, called diabesity. You combine diabetes and obesity, call it diabesity. That's what I had. All right, a couple of folks coming in. Detroit, shout out to Detroit. We're neighbors. I'm in Arkansas. Shout out to Arkansas. Arkansas. Shout out to you. But anyway, back to the story, folks. Diabetes, heart disease, and obesity, all at the very same doctor's visit. Now, you can imagine that was one hell of a day. This was back 5 years ago. You can imagine that was one hell of a day getting those three and I knew I was getting a little tubby around the waist. I knew that. But I wasn't expecting to get diagnosed with diabetes and heart disease. Let me show you. Let me show you. So you can get a picture of what you can visualize what I'm talking about here. This was it. This was 2 weeks before my diagnosis. It's 2 weeks before my diagnosis, folks. Diagnosis of what? Diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. I'm going to show this camera as well. 2 weeks before my diagnosis, folks. Look at that. I had no idea. I knew I was getting a little tubby. You can see why my hands are there. I'm a little insecure about my stomach. But 2 weeks after I took this picture, folks, I'm giving a class up in Canada. Flew up to Canada to give a class. See the students in the class. Check it out. 2 weeks after I took this picture, diabetes, heart disease, obesity. Then I decided to make a change. You know what? I found out that you can reverse the condition. You can reverse that. You can reverse diabetes. You can reverse heart disease. You can reverse a whole hell of a lot of stuff. All through the power of your lifestyle. Look at that. I didn't change anything. All the thing I changed, well, I just changed what I was eating. Let me put it that way. I changed what I was eating. So it's predominantly, folks, what you're eating. There's a lot of things that could be hurting your health. There's a lot of things that could be the reason that your A1C is very, very high. There's a lot of things. But it's predominantly, folks, what you're eating. It's predominantly what you're eating. Same thing what I was eating. You want to know what I was eating? Everything. When I had diabetes, no, I was overweight, obese. I was eating everything: double cheeseburgers, extra pickles, small fries, all of that. You name it. I was literally on a seafood diet, as they people say. You see food and you eat. I was on a seafood diet. Now I'm not on a seafood diet. I switched the whole thing up. I changed what I was eating. And as a result, no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. So it's a lot of things that could be hurting your health, folks. But it's predominantly what you're eating. Let's just be clear. So that's it, folks. We're going to dive into it. My name is Kelley. You're certified holistic nutritionist. I was obese, had diabetes, all of that stuff, heart disease, no longer have any of that. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. What are we going to do? First part, we're going to find out what is diabetes. And then second part, we're going to find out how to fix it. Two parts of this thing. What is it? And then how to fix it. That's it. So let's get into it. Any questions before we get into it, folks? Any questions on anything before we get into it? We're going to talk all things A1C. Do me a favor, folks. Put the words A1C in the chat. You're excited. Yeah, get excited. Put the word A1C in the chat, folks, and we're going to start talking about all things A1C. What is it, and how do you bring it down? Yeah, here we go. A1C, A12, but I get it. I think you mean A1C. I get it. And also, do me a favor and put new in the chat. If you're new as well, if you've never heard of me before, like, yo, this guy, put new in the chat. And we're going to get up here and we're going to get up on this board. Okay, newbie. Shout out to the new folks. Shout out to you, Kimberly, new. A1C, new. Okay. Let's get to it. Two parts. Part number one. Who we fighting? That's part number one. Who are we fighting? Oh, got a lot of new folks. Some more newbies. Okay. All right. New, and that is autocorrect. No worries. I got you. Yeah, it does A12 a lot. I get it. Yeah, it does that. Man, shout out to the new folks. If you're new, put new in the chat. My name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist. Had diabetes, heart disease, obesity, all of that stuff. No longer have any of that. Now I'm going to show you how to do the same thing. Let's find out who we're fighting first. Hemoglobin A1C. Who's ever gone to the doctor and they say, hey, listen, you're anemic, you've got low iron, you're anemic and you got low iron. Who's ever experienced that before? You've gone to the doctor and you've gotten that diagnosis. Put a me in the chat. Oh, me. Yeah, me. Yup, me. Couple of me's. The word hemo means iron and oxygen. Iron and oxygen rich blood needs to flow through every cell of your body. This is what the word hemo means. You're like, what do you mean iron and oxygen rich blood? Okay, here's what I mean. I mean, see how long you can hold your breath. Let's give it a test, folks. Give it a test and see how long you can hold your breath. Here we go. My guess is not very long. Why? It's because that is hemoglobin. Iron and oxygen rich blood needs to flow to every cell of your body. So the fact that you're not breathing, you're holding your breath, you're not getting enough oxygen rich blood, aka your hemoglobin. Globin means protein. So iron and oxygen rich blood being carried through every cell of your body by a protein. It is that important. It's some important stuff. How important is it? Hemoglobin is so important, folks, that if you don't have enough of it, guess what? The doctors will give you a blood transfusion. Like, that's how important this stuff is. Hemoglobin. All right. So it's literally the life you breathe. Let's be clear on that. The A1C is how much sugar has been stuck, or how much sugar has been attached. Stuck is a better word. How much sugar has been stuck to your hemoglobin over the past 3 months? Like, what do you mean stuck? Well, imagine taking a Jolly Rancher and putting it in your mouth, and the stickiness just gets all on your hand and it's all nasty and all that stuff. Folks, that's the sticky stuff that I'm talking about. That's sugar, aka blood sugar. It's how much sugar has been stuck to your hemoglobin, your life, basically, over the past 3 months. Doesn't sound good. Okay, let's up the ante a little bit. That number is indicated by a percent. Like, what percent of sugar is stuck to your hemoglobin? And that number is your A1C that everybody knows. Do me a favor, folks, and put your A1C in the chat. If you're comfortable with it, put your A1C in the chat. Like, whatever your number is, throw it in the chat, folks. Let's see what the ranges are. If you're comfortable with it, throw A1C in the chat. 6.6, 6.4, 7.3, 5.4, 6.3, 9, 11.4, 12, 11, 8, 11, 9, 5, 7, 7, 5. Okay. Those are some big numbers. 14, those are some big numbers. Some big numbers. All right. And those numbers that you're calling out right now are the percent. Is the percent of sugar that is attached to your hemoglobin. That is what the number means. So let's be clear on that. Percent of sugar. Very, very sticky stuff. Okay, who can tell me what it means when your A1C 5.7 to 6.4? People called out some numbers in there. What is A1C 5.7 to 6.4? What does that mean, folks? You go to the doctor and you get your report back, and it comes back 5.7, 6.1. What does it mean? Normal. Okay, somebody says normal. Pre-diabetic. Normal, someone says. Pre-diabetic. Pre-diabetes. Let's see, any more? Borderline diabetes. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Pre-diabetes. But what does that mean? To be a pre-diabetic? Like, let's say if you were trying to explain it to a 5-year-old, what does pre-diabetes mean? Break it down to a 5-year-old in simple terms. What does that mean? Here's how I would break it down. Who can tell me what is the most important hormone in your body? Let's find out what it means to be a pre-diabetic. Who can tell me what the most important hormone is in the body? Is it cortisol? Is it testosterone? Is it estrogen? Is it insulin? Is it dopamine? Is it glucagon? Is it serotonin? Insulin, cortisol, insulin. Okay, insulin. Insulin it is, folks. We named out a bunch of important hormones. How do I know that insulin is the most important hormone in the body? It is the king of kings. It is the joker. You ever play spades? It is the joker. Here's how important it is. For type 1 diabetic, they are insulin dependent. So what it means to be insulin dependent, it means you depend on insulin. How long do you depend on insulin? Oh yeah, for the rest of your life, because that is how important insulin is. If you do not have it, you will not survive. That's how important that hormone is. Now check it out. You can live without some of the other hormones. You can live without cortisol. You can live without estrogen. You can live without all of those. Your quality of life's not going to be great, but you'll still be around. But insulin, if you don't have it, you won't be around. So here's what pre-diabetes means. It means that you're becoming resistant to the most important hormone in the body. That's what it means to be a pre-diabetic. It means that you're already insulin resistant. It just hasn't gotten bad yet. That's all it means. Just to be clear. So there's no difference when people say, "Hey, yeah, you're insulin, you're pre-diabetic, or you're type 2 diabetic now." Like, there really is no difference. The only difference is how bad did you let it get? Like, that's the only difference between pre-diabetic and diabetic. Okay, let's up the ante, folks. What does it mean when your A1C is a 6.5 or higher? 6.5, like mine got to 6.5. What does it mean? 7, 8, 9, 10. What does it mean now? What does your report say now? Can you tell me now? What does it mean? Diabetes. Yup. Diabetic. Yup. Diabetic. Yup. Diabetes. Okay, let's break down what diabetes means. What does that mean? It means that diabetes is, let's just be honest, diabetes is one of the most detrimental conditions that there is. Why? Because of what I just explained to you. What we just broke down. Insulin is the most important hormone in the body. It is responsible for it's responsible for a lot of things, but it's responsible for putting the energy into the cells from the food that you just ate. It's responsible for basically opening up the door, like, hey, open up the door and let the energy come into the cells. But when you're resistant to you're insulin resistant, when your insulin comes to open up the door, the cells are like, no, we're not going to open up. Why? It's because you come around too much insulin. So we build up a tolerance, basically. Another way of saying insulin resistance is a tolerance. So you build up a tolerance against the most important hormone in the body. And as a result, now your metabolism is destroyed, or your energy. It's why you're always tired. It's why you're always hungry. It's because your body it's like, I'm tired. I don't have any energy, but you just ate. I got sugar cravings. Why do I have sugar cravings? Because your body wants instant energy. Like, give me energy, sugar. So this is what it means to be a diabetic, folks. It just literally means how your body processes energy is like totally ruined. And as a result, the higher the number is, the more sugar you have stuck to your hemoglobin. And remember what we said hemoglobin was? Hemoglobin is literally the life that you breathe. That's what hemoglobin is. Like I said, don't believe me? See how long you can hold your breath. And the answer is not very long. It's because you need oxygen-rich blood. That's oxygen-rich red blood cells. That is what hemoglobin is. So that is what A1C is, folks. It means you're resistant to the most important hormone in the body, so your energy is destroyed. You have a lot of sugar now that is stuck to your hemoglobin. Like I said, if you're just joining us, you're like, well, what do you mean by stuck? Take a piece of candy and put it in your mouth. And then let it get on your fingers. And you see all that sticky stuff, all that nasty stuff? Imagine that happening to every cell of your body. That is what that is what's happening to your hemoglobin. So basically, your hemoglobin is getting suffocated. It's called glycation, aging, advanced aging. In the simple terms, it means the higher the number is, the faster you're checking out of here. It's why people leave here very, very early from complications of diabetes. So if you've got plans and hanging out in the future with your family and friends, this condition, folks, you got to take it. It's got to be the number one priority. Getting rid of this thing, which you can get rid of, just like I did. But here's the thing. You got to want it. If you want it, you can get rid of this thing. I promise you, you can. And I can show you the way. But I want to make sure that you understand who we're fighting, what the condition is, and who we're fighting. So if this is making sense to you folks, and what a hemoglobin A1C is, this is making sense to you, put a health yes in the chat. Health yes. Throw it in the chat, folks. What does it mean to have diabetes? What is a hemoglobin A1C? Put a health yes in the chat. This is making sense. Let's see. Health yes. Okay. Health yes. Health. Thank you for helping us. You're quite welcome. Check it out. Health yes. Okay, great. Folks, if you want to find out how you've been managing this number, if you want to find out if you've been doing a great job managing this number, if you've been doing a not so great job of managing this number, I want you to take the quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz that you can take. Here it is. It's on my page. So it's linked in my bio right here. So quiz is right here. Boom, boom. Take the quiz. It's a 2-minute quiz. You hit it right there. You hit that button. There it is, folks. It is a 2-minute quiz that you can take right here to understand and learn your diabetes management style. 2-minute quiz. How you been doing on this number? You've been doing a great job managing this number, or you've been doing not so great of a job managing that number? There it is. Go take that quiz, folks. Free quiz. It's going to tell you how to, which team are you on team ant or you're on team grasshopper? Okay? You'll find out when you take that test or you take that quiz. Mine was a 12.9 last year, and now it's a 6.1. And I'm off my meds and insulin. There it is. Look at that, Angela. Shout out to you, Angela. I'm sending your page to my sister and twin and 2 other sisters and son who have it. Yeah, sit in their way. Forward it over there to them. Forward it over there to them. And also do me a favor, folks, and bebop that screen. Bebop that screen. Double tap that screen. So, folks, this is what diabetes is. Now, let's talk about, now that we know what it is, the next thing is, how do we defeat it? Now, here is the most challenging part. Yeah, I said earlier, diabetes is easy to get rid of. I said it's real easy. I said it's easy to, here's what I'll say. It's easy to get, and it's also easy to get rid of. How did I get diabetes? How did I get type 2 diabetes? I'm trying to find a better angle for my, over here. Okay? How did I get diabetes? It was because I was living a poor lifestyle. I was eating whatever I wanted, drinking whatever I wanted, however I wanted. And as a result, I got diagnosed with diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. But here's the thing. I wasn't stuck. I wasn't stuck with having type 2 diabetes. I was just loyal to my preferences. And here's what I mean by that. Type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition, meaning if it was the diet and lifestyle that caused the condition, shouldn't it be the diet and lifestyle that gets you out of it? You just reverse engineered the thing. I was an engineer in my former life. I really was, oil and gas. Reverse engineer it. What do you mean reverse engineer it? Stress management. Where did you go wrong in some of these areas? Stress management, activity, eating, sleeping. Those are the core pillars of health. So I can't prescribe you this medication. The doctor can't prescribe you this medication. The only person that can prescribe you this medication, folks, if you want to get your A1C back to a 5.3, we'll keep that up there as the goal. 5.3. That's where you want to get your number to. The only person that can prescribe yourself this medication is you. Your mom can't prescribe it to you. Your spouse can't prescribe it to you. Your siblings can't prescribe it to you. Your kids can't prescribe it to you. Your grandpa or grandma can't prescribe it to you. Your aunts and uncle, teachers, doctors, like nobody can prescribe this to you. Only person that can prescribe you this medication is you. That's it. Just you. Only way to get off of those meds is to change the whole thing of it. Change the whole thing up. So lifestyle first, medication second. If you cannot fix it with the lifestyle first, okay, then we can talk about the medication. Now, this is the most powerful form of healing that there is. But most people fail to cash in on it because changing your lifestyle is a lot. Okay? It's a lot. But what stands in the way becomes the way. The P, the first part of the lifestyle medicine formula. This is a formula, folks. This is the formula that I used. The P stands for peaceful mind. You got to have a peaceful mind. Stress management, because stress is the great equalizer. If you do not manage your stress, stress will literally throw off everything. Literally. Cortisol. When your body gets stressed, it releases cortisol. It tells your body to go into fight or flight mode. And then that in turn tells your body to produce more blood sugar. And then where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So it's just an endless cycle. I'm stressed, you're constantly releasing extra blood sugar, constantly releasing it. So who's getting on your nerves? Is your mom getting on your nerves, your dad, your uncle, aunt? Who's getting on your nerves? You got to find out who's getting on your nerves and find out how to reduce it, or you got to address it. Because stress will literally throw off everything. What do I recommend? In each of these categories, folks, I'm going to give you a prescription. Here's the prescription for peaceful mind. You ready? You want to jot these down. It's called the 3 M's. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. I'm going to say that again. These are the 3 M's, the prescription for peaceful mind. Meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. The A, this is the part of the formula you got to prescribe to yourself, is an active body. You want to get your number back to the 5.3. If you want to get your number back to a 5.3, put a me in the chat. Say, put a me in the chat. If you would like to have your A1C back to a 5.3, put a me in the chat, folks. Because that's where we're going. But to get there, I'm going to take you on a little journey. You got to maintain your pace. And what matters most. I like that, Piper. That's one of my slogans as well. We'll get to that. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, me. A lot of people say that they want to get their number back to a 5.3. But here's the thing. You will have to do some work. Because the A1C is not going to fall by itself. It's not going to drop by itself. And this is the work. The prescription, an active body, the A, is 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. Well, Kelley, people are like, yo, Kelley, I'm allergic to activity, man. You're not allergic to activity. Human beings were designed to move. Okay? There was no Netflix 100 years ago. When human beings were created, There was no Netflix, okay? They were moving. They were going out foraging, looking for food, being active all the time. Why is being active so important? Because if you're suffering from high blood sugar, folks, movement is going to be your best friend. Activity is going to be one of your best friends. Why? Because muscles are hungry. Muscles are hungry for the same stuff that you've got too much of. Blood sugar. It's kind of like think of muscles and blood sugar like Pac-Man. Pac-Man loves all the pebbles. That's how blood sugar is. That's how muscles are when it comes to blood sugar. They just eat it all up. This is why they tell you to go move after you eat. Because the muscles are going to soak it up right away. Right away. Active body. 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week of moderate intensive movement. You're like, well, what the hell is moderate intensive movement, Kelley? Well, moderate intensive movement. Here's where moderate intensive movement is, folks. The prescription. Moderate intensive movement means if I'm on a treadmill, it means I can talk. I can talk, folks. Hey, talk to the person next to you. But you can't sing. You can talk, but you can't sing. That little gray area right there, that's where it is. Active body. That's moderate intensive movement, folks. Am I saying you got to go out and be a bodybuilder? No. World-class athlete? No. But I am saying go out and be active. Find something that works for you, that you can do 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. All right. The C stands for clean eating. Ooh. To get your A1C, folks, everybody said that they would love to get their A1C to a 5.3. Remember what I said earlier? There's a lot of things that could be hurting your health. There's a lot of things, but it's predominantly what you're eating. Just like it was for me. And what are we eating? Mostly I was eating a bunch of crap, I can tell you that. I wasn't clean eating. Clean eating is one of the most controversial topics that there is. Let's find out. Do me a favor, folks. Let's find out how controversial it is. Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie? Are you a pumpkin pie or are you a sweet potato pie? Which one? It's Thanksgiving is coming up. It's right around the corner. It's next month. Are you team pumpkin pie? Are you team sweet potato pie? Let me find my water. There it is. Pumpkin or sweet potato? Okay, sweet potato. Pumpkin, okay. Pumpkin, sweet potato, pumpkin. Sweet, okay. Man, pecan, okay. Nice. What else? Ooh, pumpkin. Ooh, what else? Ooh, both. Ooh. Yeah. This, folks, is a very, very controversial topic. Nutrition. I didn't realize how controversial nutrition was and highly debated it is until I became a nutritionist. And I'm just like, whoa. So here's what I recommend. Eat real, whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. Real, whole, unprocessed foods as much as you possibly can. Something that came from a branch, something that was grown from a leaf, something that once from the ground, something that once had dirt on it. And leaner sources of protein. So what does that look like? Fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, legumes, leaner sources of protein. So whatever protein you prefer, like I said, nutrition is very, very controversial, very highly debated. So whatever protein you prefer. So whether it's chicken, turkey, fish, tofu, tempeh, eggs, steak, just make sure it's the leaner sources of protein, not the deli meats, not processed meats, not things like bacon and sausage and all of that stuff. No. Clean eating. Very, very, very important. Check it out. I want you to jot this one down. This is a good one. This is a good one. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. I'm going to say that one more time. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. Milk is going to go in the crap category. Milk is not a great fat. Milk is not great for you, folks. Okay, contrary to popular belief. Like I told you, it's some very controversial topics. But if you want to know more about milk, I recommend watching Utterly Amazing. If you watch Utterly Amazing, it's an 80-minute lecture. You probably will never look at dairy the same way again. Okay, milk. But milk, I'm not going to put that in the clean eating category, folks. We'll come back to more on clean eating, but that's it. The leaner sources of protein. Processed foods, ultra processed foods, get them out of there. Ho-Ho Twinkies and Ding Dongs, that's not clean eating. Real whole unprocessed foods. At least like 80 to 90% of the time. It's what you do most of the time that matters the most. It's like someone said, the most. It's what you do most of the time that matters the most. So what do you do? What are you doing most of the time? Are you clean eating most of the time, or are you eating like crap? There's another one, eating like crap. Clean eating or eating like crap? So which are you eating most of the time? Are you clean eating most of the time, or eating like crap most of the time? So there is no such thing as a cheat meal, folks. A lot of people ask me, well, what about a cheat meal, Kelley? I said, well, no, you got to change the way you think about that. It's not a cheat meal. It's not a cheat meal. It's what you do most of the time that matters the most. Clean eating or eating like crap. Do you clean eat once a month? And eating like crap all 99% of the time? Or are you clean eating 99 times and eating like crap every once in a while? It's what you do most of the time that matters the most. So that's clean eating. All right, last part of the formula, folks, is effective what? Get your A1C back to the ideal range, which everybody said that they wanted to do, 5.3. Effective what? Let's see. Effective sleep. That's what it is. To get your number back to a 5.3, folks, which everybody wants to do, you got to get some 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep. Well, people will see me with like, well, what does sleep have to do with anything, Kelley? Well, sleep has a whole hell of a lot to do with it. Here's why. It's because if you do not get enough effective sleep, your body cannot restore itself. Your brain cannot restore itself. When you sleep at night, you want to know what organs, like, is the energy hog at nighttime? It is your brain. Your brain at nighttime is like a super hog. Like, give me all of the blood. So if you're constantly not getting great sleep, constantly getting terrible sleep, you're never fully restored. You're walking around like basically, like as they say, half-assed. Like you're walking around a shell of who you could be. And the very next day you wake up more insulin resistant. Why? Because insulin resistance is a stress. The lack of sleep is a stressor. Here's what happens. Let's just say you're getting terrible sleep. Here's how it can raise your blood sugar. Check it out. The lack of sleep is a stressor. So that in turn causes a domino effect, which is stress, the peaceful mind. Remember we talked about that? So stress and then cortisol. Cortisol gets released when you get stressed. And then adrenaline gets released, cortisol, and then your liver releases stored blood sugar. And then where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So the very next day, you're even more insulin resistant because you got poor sleep. The very next day, you're hungry. Why are you hungry? Why are you hungry? It's because your body's like, I need energy. I didn't get enough sleep. I need to wake up. Give me food. Energy. That's why you're hungry the very next day. These things can cancel each other out. You could be working out like a savage. People come to me all the time. I help people lose weight for a living. It's what I do. Clean eating. Active body. They'll come to me and say, Kelley, listen, I'm working out, all of that stuff, bro. I'm eating good, but I'm not, my numbers aren't moving. Why are my numbers not moving? Why is my A1C still climbing, boss? Why? Because you're not getting enough effective sleep. That's why. That's why. Because you're not getting enough effective sleep. That's how the cycle goes, folks. You want to get your number to a 5.3? You're going to have to maintain your pace. What's maintaining my pace? Having a peaceful mind, having an active body, clean eating, and effective sleep. That's what it means to maintain your pace, folks. And the last category, that's honorable mention, of how to bring down your A1C. If you ever wanted to get your number back to a 5.3, which a lot of people said that they did, said that they do, the last part of the category is substance abuse. Substance abuse, things like alcohol and cigarettes, or alcohol. If you or insulin resistance, folks, if you're suffering from insulin resistance, I'm just going to be clear. Alcohol is not your friend. It's not your friend. May feel like maybe it helps me sleep better at night. No, it's not. It's not helping you sleep better at night. You don't wake up feeling rejuvenated. You're suffering from insulin resistance. Alcohol is not your friend. Actually, alcohol is nobody. It really nobody's friend. It's a toxin. It's called a toxin for a reason. Very, very important. So that's how you do it. That's it. This is the magic formula. This is the shortcut. It's called the ultimate shortcut. What is the ultimate shortcut to getting your number back to a 5.3? And here it is. Show up, do the work, and do it again tomorrow. Only way you can get your number there and keep it there. Show up, do the work. What's the work? This right here, all of this, and do it again tomorrow. If this is making sense to y'all folks on what you got to do, put a health yes in the chat. If you know what diabetes is now, or what type 2 diabetes is, remember what we talked about, hemoglobin A1C, and now how to beat it. So I gave you the solution. This is the only solution. Now you can either take it or leave it, but it is what it is. Let's see if this is making sense. See if this is making sense. Yeah. Health yes. Put a health yes in the chat if this is making sense to you. Health yes. Okay. Got it. Got it. So here it is, folks. Here's where all the goodies are. Here's where goodies are. Here's where all the goodies are. If you need help with all of this stuff, I'm going to show you where all the goodies are. If you need help with all of this stuff that I'm talking about right now. Number one, do me a favor and click right up here. Follow along with me. Click right up here. And then you want to click on my picture again. Here's where everything is. Here's where everything is. Thank you. Here's where everything is. Here it is. You're going to come here. Oh, come on. Right here. You click right here. And there's where all the goodies are, folks. This, folks, is like Disney World for a diabetic. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks, this link, I'm telling you, is like Disney World. I grew up in Orlando, so I know a thing or two about Disney. Here it is. Here's where the quiz is. Here's where the master class is. It's a master class. What master class? Oh, the master class where I break down this entire formula, but I break it down. I slow it down, all right? Each area. You're going to get the prescription in each area. So watch that master class. Register for the master class. It's absolutely free, folks. All you got to do is pay attention. That's all you got to do is pay attention in the master class. That's all. It's absolutely free. And then finally, there's PDFs. There's free PDFs. There's a whole bunch of freebies. There's a lot of grab and go stuff on here, folks. But then there is the challenge. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is for people who have said, listen, I've gotten to the point where change isn't just desired. Like, for real, man, I'm not messing around anymore. Like, the game, I'm not playing around. I'm serious. I'm ready to take my numbers seriously now, Kelley, because I haven't been taking it seriously in a very long time. If that's you, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? It is a blood sugar reset. 14 days. It's a blueprint that says if you follow this blueprint, you will get the same results as everybody else. Okay? Almost 300 people have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. People have lowered their A1C from an 8 to a 6, from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. You're like, how you doing that, Kelley? It's all through the power of their nutrition. That's it. Nutrition. That's all we're working on in this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If that's you, if you're ready for change, you're ready for serious change, it's $99 you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Like I said, well, many people have joined. But if you have accepted the challenge, you use that live discount code. That is the live discount code, ENERGY. You're joining the challenge for 20% off. $79 you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you are ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, use that discount code, ENERGY. How we doing, Grandma? Let's see. Any questions? Let's see if I got any questions. Just joined. Where is it? It's linked in my bio. It's linked right here in my bio. So if you click right up here and you click on my picture again, it'll take you right there. Show you. I'm gonna show you real quick. A lot of people are still like, hey, well, where is it? Right here. There it is. Click right there. There's where all the goodies are, folks. The quiz, go take that quiz. If you have not taken the quiz, take the quiz, 2-minute quiz. Right here, the master class, and then finally the 14-day challenge right here. That's it. I'm doing okay, good. So that's it, folks. When we're talking about defeating this, when we talk about defeating diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and bringing your number back to the ideal range, this is the only path forward. We can take medication until we're blue in the face. Just like this marker right here. We can take it until we're blue in the face. But it's not going to do a damn thing until we face what we got to face. We got to go through some pain. We're going to have to go through some pain. Is it going to be easy? Is it going to be easy getting to the other side? No, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to get on the other side of diabetes. You're going to have to go through something hard, probably. Well, you are going to have to go through something hard. It's going to be an uphill battle. But here's the thing. Everything worthwhile is all uphill. Everything that you want and don't have, you want to get your number to a 5.3, you don't have it yet. Everything that you want and you don't have is literally outside of your comfort zone. So if you step outside of the comfort zone, everything you want is right there. Everything. Because getting your A1C to a 5.3, yeah, it's going to be hard. But you're going to have to step outside of that comfort zone. It's the only way that you're going to be able to do it. Yeah, you can take the Manjaros. Yeah, you can take all of that stuff. Like I said, until you're blue in the face. But it's not going to make a damn difference until you start maintaining your pace. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. You wake up, you fall off a little bit, you get back on. You get back on and you start maintaining your pace again. You pick the pace back up. Pick it up again. Yes, it is hard. Someone said, yes, it is hard. But if it's hard, you're going to have to do it hard. If it's painful, you're going to have to do it painful. Because diabetes is painful. Pain is just diabetes saying you need to pay attention. That's what pain is. Diabetes is telling you you need to pay attention. The more pain that you're in, it's like a check engine light. When you're driving in the car, you see your check engine light come on. You got to go take it to the mechanic right away. Take it to Firestone right away. Same thing that's happening to your body. But you are going to have to put in, you're going to have to take it to Firestone. Here's how you take it to Firestone right here. Here's how you take your body to the mechanic. When you get all those pains and all that, those check engine lights are coming on. Here's how you do it. So when pain comes knocking, let action answer the door. Okay? When pain comes knocking, let action answer the door. So that's it, folks. This is it. If you need help with this, if you say, Kelley, I need help with this, man. I'm raising my hand because I've been struggling with this. I'm on this blood sugar roller coaster. I've been on this roller coaster for many years, man, and I'm ready to get off. If that's you, then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is calling your name. If your energy has been missing for longer than your gym membership, then the 14-day challenge is your new search party. Okay? 14-day challenge is where you want to be. If you are suffering from this condition, folks, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You want to join the challenge, use that discount code, ENERGY. You're joining the challenge for not $99, but $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where I promise you, your blood sugar, your life, I promise you, will not. You show up and you do the work, like I said earlier, your blood sugar will never look the same. Let's get to the questions. This is Q&A time, folks. What Q&A? What do you got? What you got for me? I'm eating more fruits and vegetables now. Yeah, that's good, Grandma. That's good. Is 5 hours sleep good? No, it's not. 6 to 9. 6 to 9. Here's the thing about 5 hours. If you're only getting 5 hours of sleep, you got to make sure you're going to sleep and waking up at the same time every day. Go to sleep, wake up the same time every day. Like, you got to be super strict about it. Like, you got to be super anal, as people say. Like, yo, I'm super anal about it. You got to be anal about it, okay? Can you talk a little bit about peaceful mind? I get the eating, sleeping, exercise, but how to reduce stress. The recommendation, the prescription is the 3 M's: meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. When you're overly stressed, causes your body to release more stored blood sugar. Realize this about stress. You can't control what's going on in the outside world. Like, you can't control, all you have control over is your own thoughts, your own actions, and your own reactions. Those are the only 3 things that you have control over: your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions. Anything outside of that, you can't control it. So stress plays a huge part in overall A1C. How many hours max? 6 to 9 hours is recommended. 9 is max. 6 to 9. 6 on the very low end. Someone just asked about 5. But 6 to 9. 6 at a minimum. Again, a note with the 6. If you go to bed and you wake up at the same time every day, yeah, you're good. You can do that. But yeah, 9 is the max. That's it. Have a lot of peace 5 days a week. Okay, amazing. You have a lot of peace 5 days a week. I love it. I love it. Peaceful mind. You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. So this is it. Any other questions? Any other questions on how to bring your blood sugar back, your A1C back to the normal range? 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Here's the thing. If you're stuck on that blood sugar roller coaster and can't find the brakes, then jump onto the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and get off the ride for good. Join that challenge. If that's you, you're on that roller coaster. You cannot find those brakes. The blood sugar roller coaster. It's up, it's down. If that's you, then you should join that 14-day challenge. Thank you, Grandma. I've helped you a lot. I can't see the E. The E is effective sleep. I don't know, it might be a little glare on there, but it's effective sleep. That's what the E is, effective sleep. If y'all want to know more about this formula, folks, if y'all want to know where this formula is, right here, check it out. Right here, you go back to my page. Here it is. Right there. Here's where the formula is. Boom. Right there. That's where it is. You can find that formula. Let's see, a couple questions. What is the 14-day challenge consist of? Oh, well, it consists of a blueprint. It is a nutrition blueprint. It's, like I said, for people who want to get off that blood sugar roller coaster. If they are ready to get off of that bottomless pit of more and more medications. That's going to be your next move. The 14-day challenge consists of nutrition. That's all we're doing. Real food. We're just going to streamline your nutrition for 14 days. Same food that you always eat. We're just flipping the order. But we're eating real food. Of course, no processed food. None of that. We're just eating real, whole, unprocessed foods. 14 days. Watch what happens to your body. Watch what happens to your blood sugar. It's just 14 days just to show you what can happen to your blood sugar in as little as 14 days. as little as 14 days. So that's what the blood sugar reset challenge is about. If you show up and you go hard on it, at the end of those 14 days, your blood sugar will never ever look the same. Ever. So that's what the challenge is. That's what it consists of, folks. 3 years ago, I went to the hospital for type 2 diabetes. My A1C was 12 point something. Yeah. 3 years ago. Yeah, Keisha, what is it now? What is it? 12 point something is high. What's it now, Keisha? Hopefully it's come down. Okay. Okay, no rice. All right, cool. Daisy, as a dietitian, raw or roasted veggies, which is healthier? Totally up to you, right? The nutrient profile is going to switch. So I just recommend a good mix of raw and cooked vegetables. That's a good mix of raw and cooked vegetables. There really is no real ratio. This is how I get down. So neither one of them is healthier. Okay, that's what I'll say. And then the other blood test was a 600. They put me on medication. I got myself off the medication. Yeah, you get your Eating small portions of food. Okay. Will fasting help lower a high blood sugar? Yes and no. Yes and maybe. Here's the thing. When it comes to fasting, yes, it can be used as a tool. Now, if you're not metabolically flexible, I'll say this. What does it mean to be metabolically flexible? It's when your body can shift between burning fat for energy and burning fuel for energy. Burning fat for energy and burning fuel for energy. That's what it means to be metabolically flexible. And if you're not, you're going to struggle. If you try to go 16 hours fasting and you're not metabolically flexible, you're going to struggle. You're going to be hangry. You're going to be out of your mind. So here's what I recommend when it comes to fasting. 12 hours. Start off with 12 hours. 1 week. The next week, go 13 hours. Next week, 14. The following week, 15 hours. The following week, 16 hours. So you build up to it. That's the recommendation on fasting. Just don't jump into it right away. You build up to it. Train your body to fast, and you do great. 6.1. Okay. Got it. Any other questions? Any other questions on what it is that you have to do? Everybody has the ability. Let me tell you this, folks. Everybody has the ability to do this. Everybody does. But most people just don't want to. Most people just don't want to do this because, like I said earlier, human beings, we want to seek pleasure, we want to avoid pain, and we want to choose the path of least resistance. This is outside of our comfort zone. Here's the thing. I'm going to just keep it super, super real. If you don't get control of your lifestyle, diabetes is going to handle it, right? If you don't become the boss of your lifestyle, diabetes is going to become the boss of you. If you don't become the boss, I'm going to say it again. Diabetes doesn't care who you are. It doesn't. Like I told you before, my sister passed away at the age of 55 years old due to complications of diabetes. So it doesn't care. The higher your A1C is, the faster you're aging. Point blank, period. So when it comes to taking action, you got to take action not now, but right now. If your A1C is above 6.5 or above 5.7, you got to take action not now, but right now. It's going to say action pronto, action immediately. Because every red bell, every ding, 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 it's like the alarm bell should be going crazy. The alarm bell should be going crazy. Everybody has the ability to do this. They just don't have enough reasons. They don't have enough reasons as to why they want to do it. If you had enough reasons, I guarantee you'd be able to do it. Here's a quick example. If someone said that they needed, someone, this is just a movie, folks. This is just what if, okay? It's a movie. It's made up stuff. Someone hypothetically kidnapped your kids. If they kidnap your kids and held the kids at ransom, and they say, hey, listen, the only way that you're going to get your kids back is if you get your A1C to a 5.3. Now, you know that it's possible. You know that, you already know that it's possible to get it there. You say you lack willpower. Someone held your kid to ransom, and the ransom was, you need to get your number to a 5.3. How quickly would you get your number to a 5.3? Keep in mind, it is a type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. If your A1C is at a 12 and you need to get it to a 5.3, how quickly could you get it there? Throw it in the chat. How quickly could you get it there to get your kids back for the ransom? How quickly? All right, nobody's playing along. But here's the thing. Oh, right quick. Yeah, that's how quick. Okay. Quick, fast, and immediately. Someone said immediately. About 6 months. Okay. Someone said the best answer I heard was yesterday. That's how quickly they would get their A1C back to a 5.3. Let's just say they've been struggling with it for many years, and they knew that there was a fix to it. They knew that the only way to do it was to maintain their pace, is to go back through the fire. They said yesterday. That means they would have already done it. That means they wouldn't even be on this live. That means we wouldn't even be having a conversation. Like I said before, everybody has the ability to do this, but most people just don't want to. Most people just don't have enough reasons. I promise you, if you find enough reasons, you could do the most incredible things. If you've got enough reasons, you could do the most incredible things. You can do if you've got enough reasons, the most incredible things, I promise you. Just like I did. The only reason that I was able to reverse the diabetes, the reverse my type 2 diabetes, the only reason that I was able to do that is because I had enough reasons. How was I able to do this? How was I able to do this? It's because I had enough reasons. Right? I had enough reasons, and that was it. My mother had just passed away months prior. A couple of months prior. You see the guy when I was big? 2 months before I took that picture, my mother passed away. From the same condition that I just got diagnosed with 2 weeks after taking that picture. So if you got enough reasons, you can do the most incredible things. My reason was pure anger. That was my reason. Straight anger. All I saw was red. When my mother passed away from insulin resistance, basically, all I saw was red. And it caused me to go into just workout mode. And I'm working out like 24/7. I'm working out like a freaking savage, eating good. Wake up the next day, see red. Just go crazy at the gym. Wake up the next day, red, anger. So if you've got enough reasons, folks, I promise you, people make a documentary, a Netflix documentary about this. Like, look at this. This is the most incredible Netflix documentary I've ever seen. Why? Because they had enough reasons. If you've got enough reasons, folks, if that's you, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you're ready to put the excuses to the side, you say, listen, if your excuse game is stronger than your insulin, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name, folks. Type 1 diabetic, is there a natural remedy for that? Lifestyle medicine, the same thing. Now, can you get rid of type 1 diabetes? No, you can't get rid of type 1 diabetes, but you can make yourself so insulin sensitive that it's not even funny. You can make yourself super insulin sensitive. Hang out with me for 2 weeks. I promise you, this is different than anything you've ever experienced. Hang out with me for 2 weeks. We're going to take that C, we're going to dial in that C. If that's you, if you're ready for serious change, if you're struggling with high blood sugar, and you say, I don't know what to do anymore. I've been about to start, like Kelley, I've been about to start like since 2020. If that's you, then congratulations, because this challenge is built exactly for you. Use that discount code ENERGY. Join that challenge. $79. Join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Let's see some more questions immediately. ASAP. Yup. I want to live. Yup. Get yourself enough reasons and you'll do it. If you got enough reasons, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. My A1C test was a 9.6 and my GMI is reading 6.3 a month. My A1C is at 6, GMI 6.3 a month. Okay. What about type 2? What about type 1 diabetes? Is there a chance of physical, natural self-treatment even long term? Yes, type 1 diabetes again. Even though type 1 diabetes is not a lifestyle-driven condition, once you improve your lifestyle, these areas of your lifestyle, once you improve those areas of your lifestyle, and then boom, it's all smooth. It's making yourself more insulin sensitive. Just make yourself as insulin sensitive as possible, and you have a lot better quality of life. Hang out with me for 2 weeks. You do that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, which almost 300 people have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, type 1 diabetics included. We're going to get yourself off of the roller coaster. Type 1 diabetics, you can be on the roller coaster as well. We want to get you off of that roller coaster. Join the challenge. I went from a 6.4 down to a 5.8 in 3 months. Shout out to you, Fred. Okay, reasons. Somebody said their reasons: glaucoma, congestive heart failure, peripheral vascular disease, Alzheimer's, etc. Yeah, that's a lot of reasons. Yeah, those are the conditions, though. Those are the conditions, but what are the reasons behind? What are the reasons that you want to get rid of those conditions? It sounds like a lot, though. Sounds like a lot. I'm gonna pray for you. That's a lot, Lord. DT1, any natural type 1 diabetic, any natural remedy for that? Again, you cannot get rid of type 1 diabetics. Cannot get rid of type 1 diabetes. You can make yourself insulin sensitive. That's what you can make yourself. Very insulin sensitive. As insulin sensitive as possible. Okay, so this is it, folks. This is the formula on how to defeat this thing. Let's dig a little bit deeper into clean eating. Let's dig a little bit deeper into that, folks. Here's the thing. I told you it could be a lot of things that could be hurting your health, but it's predominantly what you're eating. Before we get into it, clean eating plate. Show y'all where everything is again. How do I join the 14-day challenge? Someone just asked how you join the challenge. Here it is right here. You click right here. And then you click on this picture again. Click on my picture again, sorry. And then here we go. Oh, here it is, right here. So once you click on that link, here it is right here. Boom. Click the link in my description. Come on over here to 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you're really struggling, if you say, listen, I'm struggling, man, this is it. This is the answer you're looking for. Right here. It's $99 to join that 14-day challenge. But if you use that live discount code, it is while I am live. The discount code is energy. Why? It's because a lot of people have lost their energy. Okay? Their energy is been missing, like I said, for a long time. And we need to get it back. That's why the discount code is energy. Right here, $99, join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Here's everything that you get. All the goodies are right there. Everything that you get is right there, 14-day challenge. Use that live discount code, 20% off. You're joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Life-changing stuff, I promise you. You show up and you do the work, your life will never be the same again. Your blood sugar, never the same again. It is a blood sugar reset. Taking your blood sugar back to boot camp, folks. Okay? Oh, no, I didn't have that. I'm a retired nurse and have been seeing diabetes. Bring that to folks. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. You see it. You see it. I don't have that. I'm a retired nurse and have seen diabetes bring that to folks. Yeah. Diabetes will bring a lot of stuff to a lot of folks. Yeah, Alzheimer's, type 3 diabetes. Yeah, it'll bring, Diabetes, insulin resistance, folks, is the root cause of literally everything. Literally all the other conditions. What are all the other conditions? Heart disease, erectile dysfunction, PCOS, all these other conditions are brought to you in lieu of insulin resistance. Why? Because like I said earlier, insulin is the most important hormone in your body. If the most important hormone in the body cannot do its job, everything else downstream of that is like least important. Let's fix the big guy first. Okay? Let's fix the big guy first. Fibromyalgia. Everything is linked to insulin resistance. It's the big guy. Everything is linked to insulin resistance, folks. Almost literally everything. That's how important the hormone is. You fix it, you fix insulin, you fix your blood sugar, you fix a whole lot of other stuff. People come to me People come to me because they have high blood sugar. And they say, listen, I don't want to be a diabetic anymore. I don't want to have heart. I don't want to, for me, I don't want to have heart disease anymore. I didn't care about the weight. I showed you the pictures when I was overweight and I was obese and all that stuff. It wasn't the weight that was the real problem for me. It's like, I didn't really care about my weight. What I cared about was not having heart disease anymore and not being obese anymore. Those were the two things that I cared about. I didn't want to have heart disease and I didn't want to be obese. But as a result, I fixed the blood sugar. I mean, I didn't want to have heart disease, and I didn't want to have diabetes, not the obesity. I didn't care about the weight. I wanted to not have those conditions. So I got rid of the blood sugar and the heart, fixed the blood sugar, and then the weight as a result came off. I wasn't trying to lose the weight, but everything else fixed. Everything else fixed itself. You fix insulin, everything else is going to fall into place. Is intermittent fasting important? Yeah, intermittent fast, it can be important, depending on how you use it. But go a minimum of 12 hours every day, like we talked about earlier, 12 hours. Then go 13 hours the next week, then 14, then 15, then 16. You can build up that way. That is how you do it. So folks, let's switch gears a little bit and let's start talking about food. But energy. If you want to join that challenge, use that discount code energy. Now let's talk a little bit. Let's shift gears and start talking about food. What do we eat? Folks, who hates? Somebody just joined the challenge. Shout out to them. Shout out to you for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Your life, your blood sugar, I promise you, is never going to look the same. Shout out to you. So folks, who hates, do me a favor, who hates counting calories? When they say, listen, we need you to lose, you go to the doctor and they say, we need you to lose 50 pounds. But to do that, we're going to need you to count these calories. We're going to need you to count these calories. Who hates doing that? 50? 50 what? 50, I don't know what the 50 is for. Oh, pounds? In American dollars, it's 79. To join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, it's 79 American dollars if you use that discount code energy. That's the discount code to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, which someone just did. Shout out to them. Help me, please, sir. Lisa, how can I help you? What kind of help would you need? Now, there's all different types of help. There's the help where you say, like, listen, I just want more information, Kelley. Can you just give me more information? Got you. Click that link in my bio. There is a whole bunch of information there. There's a quiz. There's the master class that you can take. But if you say the help where you're like, yo, Kelley, the number on my meter is scarier than my bills. So therefore, I need some help like that. Like my numbers are high, Kelley, and I need some help. I need to take real action. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If that's you. All right, here we go. Oh, and use that discount code energy. Join that challenge, $79. The clean eating plate, folks. There it is. Let's talk about, a lot of people said that they hate counting calories. Why? It's because it's tedious. So let's get to it. Let's talk about this clean eating plate. To get our number back to an A1C, remember, at 5.3, remember what I said about eating. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, I'm going to show you how do that. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. One more time. When the diet is wrong, medication is of no use. But when the diet is correct, medication is of no need. Non-starchy veggies. Non-starchy veggies. You're like, well, what the hell are non-starchy veggies, Kelley? Well, things like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, zucchini, spinach. What else? Onions, mushrooms, cabbage. Yeah, there you go. Another one. Those are non-starchy veggies. Fill your plate with 50% of that. Make your life a whole lot easier. I promise you it will. Okay? 25%. 25% proteins and fats. Folks, we're talking about getting our numbers back to 5.3. We know that we can do it. We know that. Because we proved it earlier. You can do it. You just don't have enough reasons. So if you find enough reasons, you will do this. Thank you. Proteins. What kind of proteins? Remember we talked about that earlier. Leaner sources of protein. So whatever protein you prefer. So whether it's chicken, whether it's turkey, whether it's fish, salmon, eggs, steak, tofu, tempeh, whatever it is that you prefer, just make sure that it's the leaner sources of protein, not the processed proteins, not things like bacon and salami and what else? Bacon, salami. Give me another one. All the deli meats. Cheese. Cheese is not clean eating, folks. Talk about fats. Cheese is not clean eating. Cheese is not a healthy fat, folks. Contrary to popular belief. Got the lawn guy. He's cutting my. He's mowing my lawn right now, so you probably hear the lawnmower. But 25% proteins and fats. The healthy fats, avocados, nuts and seeds. The only 3 approved oils: avocado, coconut, olive. Avocado, coconut, olive. Those are the only 3. Those are the only 3 approved oils. And even Parmesan cheese. Yeah, even Parmesan cheese is dairy. If you want to know more about dairy, watch Utterly Amazing. It's an 80-minute lecture by my man Walter Veith. He's going to break down the science of milk like you've never heard it before. And at the end of it, you're probably not going to want to have any more milk. Okay? It's going to be a real battle. So it's called Utterly Amazing. All right, 25%. 25% carbs and fruit. We're building our plate. We ain't counting no calories. We're not counting calories, are we, folks? That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is we're just taking the percentages and playing around with the percentage. Watch this. Carbs. So whatever kind of carbs, this is how you can still enjoy the carbs that you love. Like, what kind of carbs do you love? Is it rice? Is it potatoes? What is it? Quinoa? What do you prefer? Is it pasta? You can still have all your favorite carbs, It's just that you have to eat it in a certain order. You have to keep these percentages in mind. There's certain rules when it comes to carbohydrates. You're suffering from insulin resistance. There's a couple of rules. Number one rule is you can go down on the percentages, but you can't go up. You're like, what do you mean, Kelley? I mean that if you go get yourself one of these plates, look at these plates. Doesn't this look familiar? Look at this. It's called the clean eating plate. Look at that. Oh, look. Doesn't that look familiar? Look, 50, 25, 25. Look at that. %, veggies. Look at that. 25% proteins and fats. 25% carbs. Look at that. You can even play around with the percentages. This is called the clean eating plate, folks. Let's just say one day you're like, yo, listen. Listen. Check this out. I want more protein. You can actually flip your plate around and have more protein. Now your protein can be 50%. Your carbohydrates, 25%, and your veggies, 25%. You can play around with the percentages. Get yourself one of these plates, folks. It's called a clean eating plate. Now, I've seen a lot of these plates. Yeah, you need this plate. You need these plates. Why do you need these plates? Because it's going to be a game changer in your life, I promise you. Where do you get these plates? You can get these plates out of my TikTok showcase. It's called the clean eating plate. Man, just take this plate with you everywhere. It's like, yeah, forget about counting the freaking calories, forgetting about all of that stuff. All you got to do, forget about weighing the food. All you got to do is get yourself one of these plates. Now, I've seen a lot of plates out there. I've seen a lot of them. But this is the best one I've seen. Why? Because it's durable. And A, it's big, number one. And then it's big, and then they're deep too. Look how deep they are. You get these out of my TikTok showcase. Let me show you what that is. They're like $13 for a set of 5. Folks, I'm telling you, you get one of those, that's going to make your life a whole lot easier. Especially in the long term, right? When it comes to losing weight in the long term, when it comes to keeping your blood sugar balanced in the long term, getting yourself one of these plates is going to be your best friend. Where are they? They're right here in my TikTok showcase. Right here. If you're on TikTok, they are right there. Boom. Showcase. There they are. They're the plates. They're like $13. If you're on the other socials, right there. They're like $13. Go get yourself some of those plates. Whole bunch of different colors of these plates. I'm telling you, it's going to change up. It's going to change the way. It's going to change the game for you. If you say, Kelley, like, listen, man, maybe I'm not ready to join the 14-day challenge yet. Maybe I'm not ready to jump in the deep end yet. I'm not ready there yet. Like, I'm not in enough pain yet. A lot of people got to get in enough pain before they say, before they do something like that, my 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Why? It's because it's extreme, right? It's a challenge. So if you want extreme results, you're going to have to do extreme stuff. If you want extreme results, like getting off your meds and dropping your A1C 2 points like someone did, going from an 8 to a 6 in two weeks. You want to do something extreme like that, you're going to have to do something extreme. You're going to have to do some extreme stuff. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is for my people who have said they're ready for the extreme stuff. All we're doing is changing your nutrition. That's all we're doing. Extreme. Yeah, it's hard though. It's hard to change your nutrition. But for the people who are ready to do something extreme and people who have got enough reasons and people who are ready to do something incredible, if you're ready to do something incredible and blow your doctor's mind, like, yo, doc, I'm going to blow your mind, bro. Next time I come back here, I'm going to blow your mind. If that's you, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You ready to blow your doctor's mind? Next time that you go back, you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If that's you, use that discount code ENERGY. You join that challenge. Really? You think so, Lindsay? That's the first time I've heard that one. Yeah. You need that plate. Go get yourself, CC, you do need that plate. Go get yourself one. All right, back to the board. Back to the board. The order in which you eat your food. Let's talk about the order in which you eat your food. 1, 2, 3. Here's the order in which you eat your food. It's non-starchy veggies first, so fiber first, followed by the proteins and fats, and then lastly, right here. Lastly, carbohydrates. What my A1C was 6.4 in March, I've been doing intermittent fasting, clean eating, and it's still a 6.2. Yeah, Lindsay, if you're stuck, if you've been doing everything since March and you're stuck, then I think that you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I think that that's what you need. I think you need to shake things up and say, hey, things need to be shaken up a little bit. You hang out with me for 2 weeks, we'll get it below 6.2, okay? We'll do that. But that's only if you're ready to put in that work. Now let's back to the board. Oh, if you want to join that challenge, use that discount code ENERGY. That's it. Now back to the board. Number 1, non-starchy veggies first. That's the part, that's what you eat first. Your non-starchy veggies. You're like, hey, how do I know to eat these veggies first? Well, it's kind of like whenever you go to the restaurant. When you go to the restaurant, what is the first thing that they bring out at the restaurant? Oh yeah, the appetizer. Don't they bring that out first? Appetizer right there. So veggies first. The salad, like which salad do you want? Is it Caesar salad? Is it side salad? Like which one do you want at the restaurant? So veggies first. Number 2, what do they bring out next at the restaurant? The waiter will bring out like, hey, won't the waiter bring out the main course next? So this is the order in which you eat your food to limit the blood sugar spikes. Proteins and fats, number 2. At the restaurant, you'll be like, yo, listen, who ordered the chicken? Who ordered the steak? Who ordered the eggs? Are you raising your hand? Oh, I did. I ordered the steak. I ordered the eggs. Oh, that's mine. I ordered the tofu. That's mine. Yeah. Number 2, proteins and fats. So it's the main course. And then lastly, when you're at the restaurant and the waiter says, they look over at you and they say, hey, would you like? They'll be like, would I like what? Well, would you like to see the dessert menu? Would you like to see the dessert menu? Yeah. And you could say yes or no. It's optional. Yes, I want to see the dessert menu. No, I don't. But at least they asked, right? At least they gave you the option. So that's the carbohydrates and the fruit section. That section is totally optional. Yes, they're great to have. Dessert is great to have, but you don't need it. Carbohydrates are great to have. I eat carbohydrates. Everybody eats carbohydrates. It's just about getting the right amount, though. Getting the right amount of carbohydrates. Most people get too many carbohydrates. It's just about getting the right amount, though. It's kind of like when a rose, a flower. You give it the right amount of water, it flourishes. You give a rose or a flower too much water, and then it dies. It's the same thing that's happening to your cells. If you give your cells too much energy, aka too much glucose from the foods that we're eating, then yeah, It's going to cause everything to rise. We don't want those spikes. We don't want glucose spikes. So how do we limit the spikes? By eating your food in a certain order. Keep it super, super simple. 1, 2, 3. You do that, folks. You're in there like swimwear, as I like to say. Now, is it going to stop you depending on what you eat? Now, if you go crazy, just keep on all this stuff, it's not really going to matter. But if you're eating your food, if you got your food portioned off right, and you're eating your food in a certain order, and you're just taking your time eating, being mindful when you're eating, man, you bring your blood sugar back down greatly. You do that day after day. That's why it's important to go get yourself one of these plates, folks. Go get yourself one of these plates. I'm telling you, it's going to change the whole game. Put the calorie count to the side, all of that stuff. So if you know that if you've joined the challenge, the 14-day challenge, the blood sugar reset challenge, and then you've gone beyond the challenge, for people who have gone beyond the challenge, this is for the 8-week program, they've gone beyond the challenge, everybody has to get themselves one of these plates. It's mandatory to get yourself one of these plates if you go beyond the challenge. So that's it, folks. That's what I'm here to offer y'all, folks. I'm here to offer you a way out of the endless, bottomless pit of medications. If you're tired of being tired, then this is going to be your move. The 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That link is in my description. It is a nutrition plan. It is a nutrition blueprint that says if you follow this nutrition blueprint, which almost 300 people have joined the challenge, you follow this blueprint, just like they've done, just like I did. I was the guy who created it, okay? You follow this blueprint, I promise you, your blood sugar will not ever look the same. There's been people who have gotten taken off of their medication by hanging out with me in the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. The doctor took them off their medication. These are not false claims, okay? These are real claims. Not even claims. These are proof. Not even claims. These are real stories of people just like you who accepted the 14-day challenge. We're going to go outside of your comfort zone. We're going to take you outside of your comfort zone. It's not going to be comfortable. Just like if you ever ridden on a roller coaster, and it's your first time, if you're on that blood sugar roller coaster, imagine being on a real roller coaster. And if you've never ridden a roller coaster in your life and you're scared, you're like, oh, we're going in the roller coaster. Okay, oh my gosh, we're going up going to the top. First time riding a roller coaster, you're scared. You're outside of your comfort zone. But here's the thing. We're going to get you outside of that comfort zone. What stands in the way becomes the way. It's scary. Yeah, I know that roller coaster is scary. That blood sugar roller coaster is real scary. But to get off of it, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to do something extreme. To get extreme results, you're going to have to do something extreme. That's the only way you're going to get extreme results. Just like a lot of people have gotten taken off their medication. Those are in 2 weeks. Those are extreme results, okay? But when it came to the challenge, they weren't playing around. They said, what do I got to do? 14 days, let's go hard. From an 8 to a 6, taking off medication. From a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. Why? Because your body wants to heal. That's how quickly your body wants to heal. If that's you, if you're struggling with this condition, if your blood sugar is spiking more than your rent, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY. You join the challenge for $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Let's see, or join. No, we're getting no. No, we're getting our A1. There is no such thing as getting your A1C down for good, taking some supplement. How getting your A1C down for good is showing up and doing the real work. Stress management, activity, eating, sleeping. That's it. A1C is a 7.3. I needed to come down to 5.3. I want to join the 14-day challenge. You need help. If you want to join that 14-day challenge, you use that discount code ENERGY. Here's where you use it. Right here. It's the live discount code. Click right up here and then click on my picture again. Here it is. It's right over here. Same thing over here as well. Click that link in my description. Here it is right here. You click that link in my description and it's going to take you right here. Here's where it's going to take you. You see all that over there, folks? Here's where it's going to take you. You click the orange one. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you want to join that challenge, if you say that's me, you say I've gotten to the point where change is not just desired, Kelley. I don't just desire change anymore, man. Like it used to be, I used to be like, listen, every day, like I'll start on Monday and then you wake up then and it's Friday again. If that's you, then you should join this 14-day challenge. All right. What people are saying, but you can accept the challenge right here. Here's where you accept the challenge. Now, it's like I said, it's $99 you join that 14-day challenge. Here's everything that you get, all the goodies, what you get. You join that challenge, use that discount code ENERGY, $79, 20% off. Again, you go hard for 2 weeks, 14 days. Just make it, just go as hard as you can. You're going to get some extreme results. So if you want extreme results, you're going to have to do some extreme stuff. Okay? Join the 14-day challenge is extreme stuff, but in a good way. Use that discount code ENERGY. Let's see. All right. There's some freebies on there as well. There's a quiz and the masterclass. Go register for the quiz. Go register for the masterclass. Those are absolutely free. All you got to do is pay attention. In the quiz and the masterclass, you just got to pay attention. That's it. That's it, folks. All right. Next category. Any other questions? No category. No questions. All right. Next category is the beans. No, you know what? Let's skip over the beans for right now. So we did number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, yeah, let's do beans. Beans is next. That's the next category. Then we'll circle back around. We'll talk about breakfast. Beans. What kind of beans? Beans are the great equalizers, folks. You're like, well, what do you mean they're a great equalizer? Well, beans are a resistant starch, meaning they resist something. Like, what are they resisting? Oh, yeah, they're resisting digestion. You cannot digest the beans. So as a result, your body will eat up all of the fiber. The fiber will get eaten by, all the fiber from the beans is getting eaten by the bacteria in your gut. So the beans go all the way through your small intestines, undigested, because they're resisting digestion. And then when they get to the large intestines, you cannot digest the beans, but the bacteria from your large intestines will eat the beans. As a result, that will give, eating the fiber from the beans, as a result, your body is going to love it. When you feed your gut flora with good stuff, good fiber, they love it. In return, your gut flora gives you health. That's why they always preach about having good gut health. Good gut health, having good gut health is what you want. You don't want to have poor gut health because that's going to cause your body to express poor health. So beans are great for that. So red beans, black beans, navy beans, garbanzo beans, cannellini beans, like any kind of beans. These are beans are great source of fiber and resistant starch. It's also great for your blood sugar as well. A resistant starch is great for your blood sugar as well. Why? Because it releases the glucose very, very slowly. So that's why beans are so great. Here's the thing about beans, though. Never eat beans and rice together. Like, don't eat them together. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks, do not eat beans and rice together. Now, you're talking about Spike City? You're going to be on Spike City. You eat the beans and rice together. So don't eat the beans and rice together, folks. You can eat the beans with all the other categories. You can eat the beans with the veggies. You can eat the beans with the proteins and fats, but never eat the beans and the rice together. Don't do it, because this is, yeah, you combine them with they're resistant starch. The beans are resistant starch, but you got these real starches over here. But when you combine them, it's like it's a bad combination for your blood sugar. It's gonna be like, it's like combining Batman and the Joker. It's like Batman and the Joker would never be on the same team. Neither would beans and rice when it comes to blood sugar. When it comes to blood sugar, beans and rice aren't your friend. Okay? Separate, you can do them separate, but eating them together, that's not highly recommended. And that's it, folks. And then it comes right back around. Let's see if I missed any. Let's see if I missed any questions. Yeah. Okay. Any questions so far on this clean eating plate, folks? All right, no questions. Next section. Breakfast. Woo, what do we eat for breakfast? That is the next thing. That's the most important meal of the day. Or is it not the most important meal of the day? It's not that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, folks. It's that breakfast is the most impactful meal of the day. Like, all of the meals are important, but the most impactful is breakfast. What are we having for breakfast? A savory breakfast. That's what's for breakfast. You're like, well, what's a savory breakfast, Kelley? Well, savory breakfast is a breakfast where we're cutting out the sweet stuff. We're cutting out section 3 for breakfast. No carbs for breakfast, folks. We're cutting that out. No fruit for breakfast. Think of fruit as a dessert. When you think of dessert, think of fruit. So, no sweet breakfast, no Captain Crunch, no Cheerios, no Lego Maego, no Mom's waffles and all that stuff for breakfast, folks. Let's get rid of that, okay? Because it's going to cause your blood sugar to go super, super high, like on that roller coaster, like we talked about. We're getting off of the roller coaster. Remember that? So when you start off with a savory breakfast, like a protein, a fat, and an avocado, a protein, a fat, and a veggie, a non-starchy veggie. See, yeah, like avocado and scrambled eggs. That's a savory breakfast. A fat and protein. Throw your little veggie on the side as well. Lindsay. So here we go. The savory breakfast. Another example. It could be chicken and broccoli and an avocado. That's a savory breakfast. Another example could be tofu scramble with an avocado with some bell peppers. Okay, that can be another example of non. Give me some more examples. What do you think? Throw some examples in the chat, folks. Some examples in the chat of your version. And we put it in the chat, and we're going to tell you if that's part of a savory breakfast or if that's not a part of savory breakfast. The reason that you want to have, like I said, a protein, a fat, and a non-starchy veggies. Reason you want to have this is because it gives you nice, clean energy throughout the day. You're quite welcome. It gives you nice, clean energy throughout the day. So if you're struggling with blood sugar, high blood sugar, like I was, nice, clean energy. Start your day off with a savory breakfast, folks. Nice, clean energy. And then once it gets to cruising out, just like an airplane, when you get to cruising altitude, you take off like a freaking rocket. I mean, you take off like you get to cruising altitude and you don't take off like a rocket. Sorry. You take off. Not like a rocket. Rockets go straight up. We don't want that. Like that. Boom. And then bring it in for a nice landing a little bit later. That's what a savory breakfast will do. Are you live every day? I'm live every day except for Sunday. I'm off. Or recently up until December. Until December, we're off on Sundays and Mondays. So we're not live on Sundays and we're not going to be live on Mondays. So just Sundays and Mondays, we're not live. So we're live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 5 days a week. 8 to 12, basically. So 8:15 Eastern time until 12 noon, folks. I have to leave, but I'll catch you. Talk soon. All right, Lindsay. Talk to you later. I'm here most days except for Sundays and Mondays. Let's see what we got. You're quite welcome, Mammy Whammy. 2 eggs. Let's see if this is a savory breakfast. 2 eggs, spinach, bell peppers, avocado, Brussels sprouts, mine every day. Let me see. Let me sit down for these. I'm going to sit down, folks, if y'all don't mind, because I've been standing up for a little bit. Okay, let's see. What's a savory breakfast? 2 eggs, spinach, okay, 2 eggs, protein, okay, spinach, non-starchy veggies, bell peppers, non-starchy veggies, avocado, healthy fat, yeah, Brussels sprouts, non-starchy veggies, mine every day. Man, Tim, that sounds like amazing. How's your blood sugar doing? I bet your blood sugar is loving that. I bet your blood sugar is doing real amazing when it comes to that. That's those are some beautiful things. Those are some beautiful blood sugar stable foods that you're eating, my good sir. So here's the thing, folks. Like I told y'all before, everybody has the ability to do this. But most people are like, yo, it's outside of my comfort zone. So I don't want to get my number. I want to get it there. I want to get my number to a 5.3. But then again, I don't want to. Okay? It's like you want it, but you don't want it. You just kind of want it. But for those people who want it, you got to take action pronto. Here's what you got to do. Take action pronto. Say action pronto. Action immediately. Because here's the thing. Knowledge, like I'm giving y'all a bunch of knowledge. Everybody say, yeah, listen, you give me thanks for the information. But here's the thing. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. That's all knowledge is. Without action, it's just entertainment. Okay? And I'm not up here to entertain you, folks. So it's got to be action pronto. Action immediately. If your number is above a 5.7, it should be action immediately. It's time to stop messing around and just get to moving. That's all it is. No more excuses. Just do the damn thing. Like reasons come first. If you've got enough reasons, the excuses will go away. If you've got enough reasons as to why you want to get your number to a 5.3, you'll do it. So for real, folks, it's time to stop messing around. Just get yourself some reasons. Is it hanging out with your kids, walking your kids down the aisle? Is it, some people say, hey, my mother passed away at such and such at this age, at 55 years old, and I'm 55 now. Well, my mother passed away at 49 and I'm I'm 48 now. And I'm suffering from the same condition that she had. So what I'm trying to tell you folks is it's time to stop messing around. Because diabetes doesn't care who you are. Type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, it doesn't care who you are. It is the most serious condition that there is. It's kind of like taking a ninja. If a ninja and a hurricane had a baby, their offspring would be called type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. Why? Because ninjas are silent. Ninjas are very silent. You won't know that they're there until it's too late. When your A1C is at a 13, a lot of people tell me like, hey, my A1C is at a 13. I didn't even know it was at a 13. Until I went in for a checkup, I felt fine. That's the ninja I'm talking about. But the destruction that it does, it's like a category 5 hurricane. I grew up in Florida, so I know a thing or two about hurricanes. Yeah, I want the 14-day plan. Diabetes is out of control. What's different with different complications? If you want to join that 14-day challenge, if your diabetes is calcium is out of control, and you say that's me, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? Where is it? It's right here. If you click right up here and you click on my picture again, you're going to come to. You're going to come right here. You want to join that challenge right there. You click right there. If you're on my other socials, it's the same thing. You click that link in my description, and it's going to take you to this link right here. It's going to take you right here. Here's the 14-day challenge right here. There it is. 14 days. It is a blueprint, your nutrition blueprint. You show up, you do the work. We took all the guesswork out of it for you. Like how to bring your blood sugar down, that's easy. We know how to do that. That's easy. Naturally, that's easy. We know how to do that. So we created a blueprint. It's a blueprint. You just got to follow it. Just like 300 people have already joined this challenge, almost 300 people. Just follow the plan, and you're going to get the same results as everybody else. Now, if you go super hard, like I said before, if you get it, to get extreme results, you're going to have to do extreme stuff, okay? This blood sugar reset challenge, you can do some extreme stuff. When I say extreme, I just mean follow the plan. You follow the plan to a T, you're going to get amazing results. It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But the live discount code, if you use that live discount code, energy, use that live, that's what it is, because there's a lot of people who can't remember the last time that they felt real energy just running through their body. If that's you, then you should join that 14-day challenge. Use that discount code energy, okay? 20% off the live discount code. It will drop the price down to $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is for people who are ready to get off of that roller coaster. They've been doing it for many years. I don't care how long you've had diabetes. You had diabetes for 20 years. You had diabetes for 15 years. You had diabetes for 10 years. However long that you had the condition, doesn't matter how long you've had it. Your body wants to heal. It wants to heal. All you got to do is you just give it the right tools or the right equipment that it needs, which is the food. We're just eating real food. That's all we're doing. Real food. It's not about supplements. Even though supplements are great, it's not about supplements. This 14-day challenge is about doing the work. Doing the actual work that is required to actually reverse your condition for good. Because like I said earlier, there's a lot of things that could be hurting your health. There's a lot of things that could cause you to have high blood sugar. But it's predominantly what you are eating. That's what it is. It's predominantly, that's what it is. It's what you're eating. Appreciate you, Kurt. Thank you for sharing that live. Yeah, do me a favor, folks, and bebop that screen, double tap that screen, and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. Struggling with this, it's a lifestyle related condition, folks. Think about that. Just think about that. You remember the experiment we did earlier when you said if someone held your kids for ransom, and you said, "Yeah, I do anything. I get my A1C down real quick. I get my A1C down super quick if the ransom was somebody took my kids and the ransom was I needed to get it down to a 5.3. You do everything in your power to do it, like yesterday, real quick. Everybody has the ability to do this. I'm going to say it again. If I can do it, if I did it, if I defeated diabetes, why the hell can't you? But here's the thing. If you keep waiting on to start, you keep waiting to start, regret is going to hurt more than the actual effort. The regret. What regret? The regret is, damn, I wish I should have did it. I could have did it. I should have did it. I could have did it, but I didn't. That's called regret. Regret is one hell of a thing. You look back and you go ahead 5 years from now, you don't want to regret. You don't want to regret avoiding doing what you got to do. Here's how you avoid regret. Here's how you avoid it. The regret of, not taking care of this condition. Here's how you beat regret. You do what you have to do as quickly as you can so that you can do what you want to for as long as you can. Do what you have to do as quickly as you can so that you can do what you want to for as long as you can. What is it that you have to do? You have to change your lifestyle. It is the only way. Yeah, I know people don't want to hear that. You're like, yeah, I don't want to change my lifestyle, man. I'm comfortable where I am. But like I said, if you don't become the boss of your lifestyle, diabetes will become the boss of you. Questions? Who's got questions? Throw them in the chat. You got any questions? Throw them in there. So we're not going to let diabetes become the boss of us. That's not, we ain't doing that. We're not letting diabetes become the boss of us. We're going to become the boss of it. We're going to grab the steering wheel, take control of our lifestyle. You tell diabetes to take a back seat. If you're ready to tell diabetes to take a back seat, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If your A1C is climbing, then the 14-day challenge brings it down. That's it. 14-day challenge will bring it down. Let's see if we got any questions. Any questions? No questions. Okay. What do y'all want to do now, folks? Then y'all want to go to the next topic? Because we can go to the next topic. What is the next topic? We talked about clean eating. We talked about what did we talk about? We talked about what is diabetes. We talked about how to bring the work that you got to do, and then we talked about clean eating. Now remember that? We talked about a lot of things. The doctors always said that it takes 3 months. Well, it takes 3 months. They're true in that aspect. However, it takes 3 months to see the overall picture. It can take as little as 2 weeks, as little as 14 days, which many people have done. to put a huge dent in your overall A1C. Yeah, 3 months for the overall picture, but new red blood cells are being regenerated every day. And when those new red blood cells are being regenerated every day, you want to give yourself what's called a blood sugar shower. Okay? Every day, there's new blood cells that are being created. Those new ones, you want them to have little sugar on them, very little sugar. You do that for 14 days, 2 weeks. They check your A1C again. Your A1C is going to be lower. Why? It's because those 2 weeks counted for the overall towards the overall A1C. So that is why people on my program have gone from an 8 to a 6. They've taken their A1C from an 8 to a 6 in as little as 2 weeks. Like they did it. They tested it before, and then they tested it after. Some people have gone from a 7.1 to a 5.7. So that was Jazzy that went from an 8.6 to a 8.6 to a 8.5, sorry. An 8 to a 6, sorry. 2 points from an 8 to a 6. Greatest story I ever heard in my life. Doctor took her off all of her medications. I was like, that's an amazing story. Doctor took you off off the metformins, off the GLP-1s in 2 weeks. So you have to take a GLP-1 for your life, right? You got to take medication for your life. I'm here to tell you, folks, if you show up and you do this work, you follow this 14-day blueprint. Am I saying you're going to get off your medication? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that it's possible. It's possible. You want to know what the greatest failure of all is? The greatest failure of all is not even trying. That's it. That's the greatest failure of all. I'm like, I ain't even going to try. But you know that you can do it. You know that you can get your number down. You know that it's going to take some work. You know that it's going to be outside of your comfort zone. You get outside of your comfort zone for 2 weeks. Your A1C will go down. Somebody just sent me a message yesterday. They're super happy. Okay? Super happy because they got their doctor's report back yesterday and their A1C dropped in 2 weeks. And she was so happy. There's been people who called me on Sunday. They called me on a Sunday. I remember a truck driver. He called me on a Sunday and he said, hey, listen. He was so excited. He was like, man, it worked. That's all he said to me. It was like, man, it worked. He was ecstatic. I was like, well, what's up, boss? He was like, man, I went to the doctor and all of my numbers went down. His A1C went down in 2 weeks. So it works. It's a blueprint. Recently having burning under my feet and hands numb, so I need the 14-day plan. A1C is a 7.3. You need that 14-day. It sounds like Cassell Montague. It sounds like the 14-day challenge is calling your name. If you've got all this burning and foot and numbness and your A1C is at a 7.3, that's exactly why the 14-day challenge was created, for people just like you who are struggling with that exact same condition. If that's you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You want to use that live discount code energy while I'm live. All right, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be live today. But normally we go for about another hour and 20 minutes. But I think we're going to go a little bit shorter today. But yeah, use that discount code energy. And I will be back in a minute, folks. So we're going to come back and we're going to get back to your questions. So any questions that you got, we're going to get it back up here on the board. We can play a game of a blood sugar Tetris, or we can do some, you know what we can do? We haven't done it in a while. We haven't done practical tips. I think that's what we haven't done in a while. Let me see where I can find my practical tips section. I don't think we've done that in a while. I think I know where it is. Practical tips. Let's see. Come on, where are you? Practical tips. That's what I think we're gonna talk. Yeah, here it is right here. Okay, yeah, we'll do that when I come back. going to talk more about these practical tips. But check it out. In the meantime, here's what I want y'all to do, folks. Go register for if you haven't taken the quiz, go take the 2-minute quiz. It's linked in my bio. If the masterclass, if you have not registered for that masterclass, it's a free masterclass, folks. It's a 45-minute masterclass. All you got to do is pay attention. It's a PDF. There's all kinds of goodies on there. Check it out. There's all kinds of goodies on there. Right here. Same thing over here as well. Link in my description. I'll be back here in a minute. But once I come back, you guys check out this. Check out all the freebies on there. The quiz, masterclass. If you haven't registered for all that stuff, go do it. There's a PDF. You can even book a call. There's a call place where you can book a call. There's all types of freebies on here, folks. But the main one, the one that you want, is the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That is the one that you want right there. If you're ready for serious change, you say, change isn't just desired, Kelley. I've had that day. What day is that? Oh, the day that turns my life around. The day that I said enough is enough. I'm ready to turn this whole thing around. I'm ready to take some extreme action because diabetes is an extreme condition. So if type 2 diabetes is an extreme condition, I promise you, folks, you are going to have to take extreme action to defeat it. The superhero in the movie always has to take extreme action to defeat the villain. For you to defeat this villain, which is a very, you can defeat it. You just got to know the plan. If your doctor's been giving you the warnings, but no real roadmap, then the 14-day challenge is going to be that map. Okay? I'll be back. I'll be back. We're back, folks. All right, folks, we're back. Let's see if I missed anything. Did I miss anything while I was gone? Let me see. What's up, Catherine? What's up, Catherine? Couple of folks still here. Let's see if I missed anything while I was gone. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, shout out to you. How's everybody doing? We're back again. Talk about all things where we left off. Type 2 diabetes, like I said, and I am going to sound like a broken record. It is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. So you can take medication until you're blue in the face. You can take all the glipizide and the metformins and all of that stuff until your face turns literally blue, folks. But it really won't matter. Because that's not the root cause of it. The root cause of it is insulin resistance due to faulty areas of your life. Stress management, activity, eating, sleeping. Those are the 4 areas. Alcohol abuse. Those are the 4 areas. Substance abuse, as I call it. Those are the 4 to 5 areas of your life that has gone wrong. But like I said, you can fix it. You can fix it. You're not stuck. You're not stuck with insulin resistance. You're not stuck with type 2 diabetes. You're not stuck. You're probably like I was. You're just loyal to your preferences. What preferences are those? The preferences of I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. That was the preference that I had. Eat whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want, for as long as I want. And as a result, diabetes, heart disease, obesity. As a result. So I didn't want diabetes anymore. I didn't want heart disease anymore. So I had to do something drastic. I had to do something. I had to take massive action. Here's the formula for success. Massive action plus determination minus your excuses. Massive action plus determination minus your excuses. Welcome back, Rosie. If you're ready for Beyond the Challenge is waiting for you. We're having a call today. So if we're having a call today for everybody who's joined the Beyond the Challenge, is going to be at 3 Eastern time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. So if you join Beyond the Challenge today, Rosie, you're going to come in. We're going to jump in on that call today. It's going to be a fun call. But Beyond the Challenge is waiting for you. Yeah. So that's it, folks. It is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. We're talking about Beyond the Challenge. Like, well, what's Beyond the Challenge, Kelley? Well, Beyond the Challenge is for people who have gone through the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. They've gone through the challenge and they've got amazing results. But you to say, you know what? We want to keep the party going. They might say, hey, Kelley, I still got a bunch of weight to lose. I'm a one-stop shop. It's like Disney World, folks. It's a one-stop shop for all things diabetes, insulin resistance, all things that. Beyond the Challenge is an 8-week program that says, okay, remember those lifestyle areas that we talked about? You need help and you need help in lifestyle medicine. You need help in stress management. Okay. You need help in eating. You need help in, sleeping. Because those are the areas, activity, because those are the areas right there that is going to make or break you when it comes to defeating diabetes. When it comes to losing the weight. Some people may say, hey, listen, Kelley, I still want to lose 50 pounds, man. I want to lose 50 pounds, bro. I got 50 more. I got 100 pounds to lose. All right. You got 100 pounds to lose. Go Beyond the Challenge. Because you're not going to lose all that weight, and you're not going to lose that in 2 weeks. But here's what you're going to do in 2 weeks. You're going to put a big dent. There's people who's lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks. Now it's not about, that's on the 14-day challenge. But here's the thing. It's not about the weight. We're not concerned about the weight. When you fix the blood sugar, everything else is going to fall into place. You fix the blood sugar. You say, if you're user 402, I'm going to tell you, how can you bring, if you're at an A1C's at 11.1, how can you bring it down? It's called lifestyle medicine. Lifestyle medicine. What's lifestyle medicine? Well, lifestyle medicine is the areas of your life that were neglected, and now we're suffering from high blood sugar. Having a peaceful mind, stress management, activity, eating, sleeping. It's a formula. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Maintain your pace. This is how you bring your blood sugar. This is what we talk about. Getting your number back to a 5.3. How do you do it? It's not going to be easy. To get your number from 11.1 back to the ideal range, use a 402. That's extreme. 11.1 is extreme. So you're going to have to do something extreme to bring it down. So I say, here's the thing. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is that thing that's extreme. But it's extreme in a good way. We're just going to dial in your nutrition. We dial it in. It's going to be tight. But it's going to be so worth it in the end. 14 days. It's a boot camp. What's effective sleep? 8 hours. 6 to 9 hours is effective. 6 to 9 hours is effective sleep. We don't cover sleep in the 14-day challenge. In the 14-day challenge, all we cover is nutrition. When you go beyond the challenge, then we tap into your sleep. We start digging into all of these areas of your lifestyle medicine. But to answer your question, what is effective sleep? It is 6 to 9 hours of effective sleep. It's when your body restores itself. It's when your body rejuvenates. It's when your body does it's when your hormones start to line up. When you sleep. Now, if that's all thrown off, if your sleep is thrown off, you're going to be thrown off. How you move, how you act, how you react, it's all going to be thrown off because of your mood. Because of your hormones, because you're getting poor sleep. So effective sleep has a whole bunch of stuff to do with it. A lot of people are like, well, what's sleep got to do with it? A whole hell of a lot. So I'm going to tell y'all again, folks, diabetes is a lifestyle-driven condition. It is very easy to get, and it's very easy to get rid of. We got to stop. We got to stop. We got to stop playing around with it. We can't play around with this condition. Why? It's because it's not playing with us. There's been many people who you've seen the stories. I know you've seen the story. Person passed away from complications of diabetes. Someone asked earlier, how did my sister pass away from complications of diabetes? Well, she had diabetes for many, many years. And as a result, she passed away in her sleep one night a couple of years ago, right? Due to low blood sugar. Her blood sugar being very unstable. So these are the stories, folks. These are real life stories. Diabetes, if you do not get control of your lifestyle, diabetes will control your lifestyle. And I don't want that for you. I do not want that for you. Right? Someone just joined Beyond the Challenge. Shout out to Rosie. Was that you? Shout out to you for going beyond the challenge, Rosie. We're having another call today. We're having a call. Come on in. And 3 p.m. Eastern time. We will be there. Check your portal. You got a new portal, so check your portal. See all the details there. You're so right. Effective sleep, 8 hours. Let's see. Yes, that was me. Shout out to you, Rosie. Is for going beyond the challenge. Is a 30-minute walk a day good, or should I be doing better cardio than walking? Here's the thing. Here's what you want to do. You want to do what's called moderate intensive movement. When it comes to when it comes to activity, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. But here's the thing. You want to have moderate intensive movement. It's that little gray area. Like if you're on a treadmill, it means that you can talk, but you can't sing. So if you're on a treadmill, you can sing, like if you're Whitney Houston, you can sing like that, then that means that you ain't pushing hard enough. Okay? That means you need to pick up the pace. So that little gray area. If you're on a treadmill, you can walk. You can talk. Hey, I can still talk to you. But if you got to the point where you're like, if I tried to sing right now, it'd be a real problem. That little gray area, That's moderate intensive movement. That's where you want to be 30 for those 30 minutes you're asking about. User 402. Just stay right there in that stay to that zone as much as you possibly can. And your body will thank you for it. Yeah, you're gonna be a little bit sore. You're not used to that kind of stuff. But yeah, build your way up to it. If you can't do it, build up to it. You can do 10 minutes of moderate intensive movement, do it. If you can do 15, do it. If you can do 30, do it. Do that 5 days a week. Yeah. Do that 5 days a week. How we doing, folks? A couple more folks coming into the room. Do me a favor and tap in with me and let me know where you're from. What city are you from? What country are you from? What state are you from? We're getting ready to go into we're going into the last hour. We're going into the power hour of this live. And if you're just joining us, my name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. The question is, like I said, where are you from? What city are you from? What country are you from? What state are you from? If you're new, right? If you're new, and then also if you're new, put a new in the chat. If you're like, yo, I never heard of you before, guy, I'm new. Kelley, put a me in the chat. Shout out to y'all for coming into the room. I'm back. Shout out to you, Lindsay. Where'd you? Oh yeah, you left and you had to come back. Shout out to you. Last question. I promise. No worries. You're awesome. No, you're awesome. Should I avoid weightlifting and focus on cardio? No, you should mix weightlifting in there as well. At least 2 days a week of moderate intensive movement. I mean weight training, strength training as well. So you can vary it, right? You can go, let's just say you do 5 days a week. You can do 3 days of cardio, 2 days of strength training. Right? 3 days cardio, 2 days strength training, because you need the strength training. And strength training is what you need the most. Cardio is great, but what you really need is the strength training. That's what you really need, because muscles are hungry. You get some big muscles. That's why people who are like bodybuilders, they don't have a problem with their blood sugar, okay? Because they got a lot of big muscles. Is there a cost of the 14-day challenge? If yes, how much is it? If you join the 14-day challenge while I'm live, there is a cost to it. It is $99 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But if you use the live discount code ENERGY, that's the live discount code. That's the code when I'm live. You use that code, you join the challenge for $79, 20% off if you join the challenge while I'm live. Yeah. So that's how much to join the challenge is. But it's $79, like I said, while I'm live. $99 otherwise. What is the 14-day challenge? 14-day challenge is for anybody who is ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster. They're ready to escape the bottomless pit of more and more medications. If you're tired of being tired, then this is your move. It's the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. The link, if you want to learn more, is in my bio. You're from Boston. Shout out to Boston. Shout out. I've never actually been to Boston. I've been to a lot of places, but I've never actually been to Boston. I've been a lot of places all over I ain't been to Boston. I haven't been to Massachusetts. And I've never been to Ohio. Like out of all places, I've never been to Massachusetts, or I've never been to Ohio. Okay. But shout out to Boston. Okay, let's get ready to get back to the board. I'm from Ipswich. Where the heck's Ipswich? I don't know where that is. But we're going to go back to the board, folks. We're going to talk about, like I said, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about some practical tips. Like, what are some of the stuff that you can do in your everyday life to defeat this condition? Let's get to some practical tips. We're going to go back to the board. But if you're ready for change, folks, you got to the point, like I said, where change isn't just desired, it's downright necessary. If that's you, you've gotten to the point where change ain't just desired, man. Like, yo, it's necessary. I need this change. I need this change, man. Oh, Suffolk. Only Suffolk I know is in Virginia. Lindsay. Oh, maybe there's another Suffolk. Like, there's probably Suffolks all over the world. But the one I know is in Virginia. I don't know if you mean that one. Here we go, folks. We're all done with clean eating. Now let's get to some of these practical tips. What's some of the stuff that you can do in your everyday life? Some of the stuff that you can do in your everyday life that will help you on a daily basis, man, bring your blood sugar down or keep your blood sugar, help with insulin sensitivity. Let me say that, to help with the insulin sensitivity. But before we get into this, you want to join that 14-day challenge, use that discount code ENERGY. It's linked in my bio, folks. The live discount code. Let's get into some of these practical tips. Practical tips. Bringing down your A1C naturally. Practical tips. Tip number 1. You want to get your pen and your pad on this one. I'm telling you, you want to get your pen and your pad. When it comes to cravings, tip number 1, like I said before, is always have a savory breakfast. That's tip number 1. Remember we talked about that earlier? Tip number 1, savory breakfast. How often should you have a savory breakfast? Well, you should have a savory breakfast for every day that you care about your blood sugar and your energy. Every day that you care about your blood sugar and your energy, that's the day that you should have a savory breakfast, which means pretty much every day. We talked about the savory breakfast earlier. Remember, just a quick rundown. A avocado or a healthy fat, a protein, a healthy fat and a protein, and a veggie. So it could be chicken and broccoli with an avocado. It could be some mixed vegetables like mushrooms and carrots and cabbage and all different types of stuff with some steak on the side. You know what I mean? With some nuts and seeds. That's a savory breakfast. It could be a piece of tofu. Take the tofu, cut it in half, and make a tofu or make an avocado toast. Use the tofu and put avocado slices over the top. Load it up with some more veggies. Make it maybe like some pico de gallo. Man, you know how delicious that is in the morning? It's called a savory breakfast. Start your day off nice and smooth. This is how you start to eliminate cravings. This is going to help with your hunger. And then prioritize protein as much as you can. This is going to help with your hunger. This is going to help with your sugar cravings. This is going to help with all of that stuff. After about a week, you start eating this way. After about a week, you're going to notice that your cravings are going to start to go away. After a week. Crazy stuff, folks. That's the importance of a savory breakfast. Tip number 2, folks, is when you have these cravings. What kind of cravings? Sugar cravings. Who has sugar cravings? Put a me in the chat. Put a me in the chat. If you say, yeah, Kelley, I have sugar cravings, man. Put a me in the chat if you have a lot of sugar cravings. Put a me in the chat. Yeah, me. Anybody else have some sugar cravings? A lot of sugar cravings. I used to have a lot of sugar cravings. Me. Me. I used to have a lot of sugar cravings. So what did I eat? Gummy worms, Mountain Dews, what else? You name it. You know what I mean? The gummy worms and Mountain Dew were my jam when it comes to like sweets. So here's what you can do. Tip number 2. Bitter is better. Bitter is better, and sour has power. Ooh, you see what I did there? Bitter is better and sour has power. See what I did there? Whenever you get a sugar craving, whenever you get these cravings, you're like, yo, man, I get a lot of cravings. Get a lot of sugar cravings. To combat that in the meantime, until like all of this other stuff kicks in, like the savory breakfast and all that stuff, until all that stuff kicks in, here's what you can do. If you have a lot of sugar cravings, eat something bitter instead. So if you get a sugar craving, just go grab something bitter like a lemon, a lime, or dark chocolate. Not milk chocolate, but dark chocolate. You get that, you eat that, and it's going to instantly get rid of the sugar cravings. It's how the body is designed. It's going to get rid of that sugar craving. It's like your taste buds and your saliva, like the whole, and the signal that you send to your digestive system is going to completely change. The signal you're going to send to your body is going to completely change. And so instead of wanting sugar, you do something sour. You go get something sour instead, like a green apple. You go get a green apple. Who loves the Granny Smith apples? People probably hate those, don't they? You probably hate the Granny Smith apple. Maybe you don't hate it, but maybe it's not your favorite. Okay? So if you've got a lot of sugar cravings, one of the first things that you can do is to go get some green apples. Next time you go to the grocery store, just pick you up a big old thing of Granny Smith apples. Like, yo, you just walk around like, yo, and just walk around the grocery store like that. I got my green apples because they're sour. Next time you get a sugar craving, eat that apple instead. See what happens. I guarantee, it's science. I guarantee you will not want any more sugar. You go grab a piece of bitter dark chocolate, I guarantee you will not want any more sugar. You will stop like, no sugar. Bitter is better. Sour has power. Okay. We did the same. Okay. Tip number 3 is berberine. Supplements, supplements, right? Like berberine, all the other ones, apple cider vinegar. All the supplements, like supplements are great, folks. Like they're great, but they're not the end all be all. Like unicity, if you want to do unicity, great. Like I said, but at the end of the day, it's still a supplement. It's not the end all be all. Okay. You can't supplement doing, these are practical tips. These are great things to add on to what you're already doing. So if you're already putting in having a peaceful mind, if you already got an active body, if you're already clean eating, if you already got effective sleep, if you've got those areas dialed in, you can actually start adding on the supplements. Okay, magnesium glycinates and all of the other ones. These are great bonuses. But you got to get the baseline right first. Yeah. So supplements. That's my thing on supplements. Let's talk about how to make this tea. There's an apple cider vinegar tea that you can make. Here's the tea. Put a little I don't make this tea daily, but I do make it often. It's a half a teaspoon. It's the tea. Here it is. It's an apple cider vinegar tea. It's a 1 to 2 teaspoons, 1 to 2 teaspoons, or we'll say tablespoons, 1 to 2 tablespoons, 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. One to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. What else we got in that tea? We got cinnamon. I think that's how you spell cinnamon. So cinnamon, sprinkle as much cinnamon in as you want. You can be super generous with the cinnamon. And then look, right here. Top it off with a lemon. You can top it off with a lemon. So here's the tea right here, folks. 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Then sprinkle you some cinnamon over the top. You can squeeze a little lemon in there. And then finally, 8 ounces of hot water. 8 ounces of hot water, folks. Ooh, what's that going to do? Turn it into a nice little tea. What does this tea do? Apple cider vinegar is great for helping you with your insulin sensitivity. Well, the cinnamon is great with the insulin sensitivity. The apple cider vinegar is great for slowing down how quickly your the blood sugar is released into your bloodstream. So it slows down that process. So you'll notice that you have some apple cider vinegar. Let's just say the apple cider vinegar trick is this. It's 20-20. So 20 minutes before you eat, 20 minutes after you eat. Within that window, you can do it while you're eating, but within that window, you want to have the apple cider vinegar. You can just say, hey, listen, if you got 1 or 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, always dilute it. Drink it 20 minutes before your meal, during your meal, or up to 20 minutes after your meal. It will help slow the process down of your food being digested. So therefore, you stay fuller for longer, and then the blood sugar is released a lot slower into your bloodstream. So AKA, if you're suffering from insulin resistance, this is great for you. Now, is it the end all be all? Can you still eat whatever you want? Can you just go like eat a big bowl of rice and be like, yo, I'm gonna take some apple cider vinegar? Like, nah, bro, it doesn't work that way. It helps, but it's not the end all be all. Just like eating the order of your food. The order of your food helps, but it's not the end all be all. When I reversed my diabetes, I didn't know anything about, when I reversed diabetes in 2021, I didn't know anything about the order of the food. So yeah, the order of the food is great. It's great bonus. But what's more important is the quality of food that you're eating. Quality of food. So in 2021, I'm still eating quality food. But in 2021, I was eating quality food when I was going through my weight loss process. So it's about the quality of the food that you eat. The order is great. It's great. It's going to slow it down a little bit. The quality is much better. So let's see. That's it. Moving. Let's see what other chapters. Moving. Here's another practical tips. Let's see if I missed any questions. Any questions so far on these practical tips? When it comes to helping you get your A1C back to the ideal range, folks. If you're struggling with this condition, if you're struggling to get your A1C down, it's just like, yo, listen, Kelley, man, I tried all of this stuff. I tried everything and nothing has worked, man. Nothing has worked, man. What do I do? If that's you, if you're frustrated, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. All right, we're doing practical tips right here. This is stuff you can do in your everyday life. But if you just say, Kelley, listen, man, forget about all the practical tips, man. Like, that's great. I'm at the point where change is. I don't want tips right now. I'm ready for real change. If that's you, if you're ready for real change, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge if you're ready for real change. So a lot of people just say, like, I'm ready to just dip my toe in, Kelley. I ain't made it there yet, Kelley. I ain't all the way in yet. I haven't gone through enough pain yet. I still got some levels of pain before I'm ready to take some serious action. You don't want to go through the levels of pain. Okay? That's the only time that people, be honest, that's the only time that people change. They only change when pain and then the fear of future pain. That's the only time that people change. Pain and the fear of future pain. If you're ready to get out of that pain, if you're ready to get out of that future pain, or you ready to, if you've had too much pain right now, if you got that point, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Let's see, some more questions has come in. Does walking 10 to 15 minutes after eating help bring your sugar levels back? It does. It does. Movement. Thank you. That's the next point we're going to talk about. Movement. That's the next tip. That is, movement after you eat is very, very important. So you can move, go move. Muscles are hungry, so they'll soak up all of the blood sugar as soon as you start moving. You can just move your calves. You can be doing squeegee with a squeegee ball. You can get out and do some push-ups. You can do some squats like after a meal. Do that for, like you said, 10 to 15 minutes. 10 minutes. You do that, it's going to soak up all of that extra glucose. That's why movement is so important. What is the 14-day challenge protocol? The 14-day challenge is a nutrition blueprint, AP 7855. That is for anybody who is on that blood sugar roller coaster and they're ready to get off of that roller coaster, or the endless, bottomless pit of more and more medication. If you're tired of being tired, then that's going to be your move. The 14-day challenge is going to be your move. Like I said, it is a nutrition blueprint for people who are ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster. If that is you, you're ready to get off of the meds, that's you. You should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Link is in my bio if you want to go check it out. If you want to join, use that discount code. Make sure you use the discount code ENERGY to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. That is a live discount code. Now we're going to be live for about another 10 minutes or so, folks. So if you want to use that, code, you want to use that discount code. Now is the time to use the discount code ENERGY, because we'll be here for about 10 more minutes. As soon as we finish up on these practical tips. Moving the body, like we said earlier, moving the body, that's a good one. Let me get some water. Moving the body, that's a good one. What else? Oh, yeah. Going into the sun. A lot of people were like, well, what about sleep, Kelley? How can I sleep better? Remember I said sleep has a huge, here's some sleep tips. Sleep has a huge impact on your blood sugar. Here's how. The best time to prepare for sleep is when you wake up in the morning. Did you know that? The best time to prepare for sleep is when you wake up in the morning. You're like, how's that the best time? Because you get that morning sun, go out into the morning sun, and it tells your cortisol to go high. Shoot up cortisol, and then it maxes out after about 30 minutes. And that's going to top off for the rest of the day. You're going to be good. That's called natural energy. You gave yourself natural energy. Instead of just waking up and having coffee first thing in the morning, you gave yourself the natural energy, which is the sun. So do that for 5 or 10 minutes. Now, that's going to set you up for the nighttime. So when you go to, right before the sun goes down at night, like 30 minutes before the sun goes down, like I go out and walk my dog. So I let that night sun get into my eyes. Your body knows the difference between the morning sun and the evening sun. So the evening sun is now telling your body, hey, produce more melatonin. Remember we said cortisol in the day, melatonin at night for sleeping, that hormone. This is what happens when you go into the sun right before it goes down. And that in turn, folks, is going to cause you to sleep like a freaking baby. Okay? Just doing that little simple thing right there can cause you to sleep like a freaking little baby. There's some more sleep hygiene. It's called sleep hygiene, but that's something simple. It's going out in the sun for 5 or 10 minutes. Go out for an evening stroll right before the sun goes down. Morning sun, 5 or 10 minutes. Go out for an evening stroll right before the sun goes down. It will improve your sleep. I promise you it will. And when you improve your sleep, guess what? Now you're improving your blood sugar. Isn't it crazy how all this stuff works, folks? Practical tips. That's it. Any questions? Any questions on these practical tips? Any questions on how it goes down? Any questions on how to bring your A1C down? Are there any questions, folks, before we get out of here today? Are there any questions on how to bring your A1C down naturally? If there are, now is the time to ask your questions, folks. Like, Kelley, how do I do this? How do I do that? Is it possible? Yeah, it is possible. I logged in late. Can you do a quick recap? If you logged in late, here it is. Quick recap. Type 2 diabetes, if you're suffering from insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition. How? It is a lifestyle and diet and lifestyle-driven condition, meaning if it was your diet and lifestyle that caused the condition, then it is that very same diet and the very same lifestyle that caused the condition that will get you out of the condition. You just got to reverse engineer it, just like I did. Just like how I did it. Just like how I did. I'm going to show you. I just reverse engineered. I didn't do anything special. I didn't do anything special. I just used common sense. Okay? I'm going to right here. This is me. I just use common sense. That's all. Here it is. Look, there's me. I'm going to show you again over here on both cameras. I just use common sense. That's all. What common sense was that? So I was an engineer. I'm teaching a class. I was in oil and gas industry for 10 years. I'm the instructor. See, I'm in front of the class. I'm teaching the class, just like I'm teaching you guys. Now what I didn't know when I took this picture is I had diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I had that. But you can look here, check out this picture. A year later, no more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. Why? It's because of my lifestyle. I changed my lifestyle. I did something drastic. I changed the way that I was eating. Instead of eating like a slob, like I always do, instead of eating like just pigging out, eating whatever I want, look at that. I decided to change up the whole thing. And you can do the same thing, folks. If you see the difference between these two pictures, diabetes, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, heart disease, obesity. Look how many inches I lost off my waist. How many inches I lost off my waist? How did I do all of that? Same way that you're going to do it. It's through the power of your lifestyle, because diabetes, type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. You just got to realize that, folks. It's predominantly what you're eating. Now, it's a lot of stuff that could be causing you to have diabetes, and your diabetes is getting worse. But it's predominantly what you're eating. That's what it is. Now, if you need help with eating, just like the pictures I showed you, I'm a nutritionist. Not only am I a nutritionist, I know what it feels like to have diabetes. I know what it feels like to have heart disease, and I know what it feels like to be obese. I do. I just showed you. I no longer have any of that anymore. If that's you, if you're ready for change, if you say, Kelley, I am ready for change. I am ready to no longer have diabetes. I am to get off of my meds. I no longer want to have insulin resistance. It is no longer welcome in my life. If you raise your hand and you say insulin resistance is no longer welcome in my life, if that's you, you can raise your hand and say that, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is a nutrition blueprint for people who are ready for serious change and ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, and they're ready to get off of the endless pit of more and more and more medications. Go to the doctor. Hey, doctor, what do I? Hey, doc, tell me if this story sounds familiar. Hey, going in for my normal checkup this time. Let me look at my numbers. Okay, your A1C it went back and went up. It's not doing anything. So let's your blood sugar is still high. So let's give you some stronger medication. Let's give you a new script, shall we? Okay, write you a new script. It's a stronger prescript. And let's do this. Let's try this for a while, and let's see how it goes. Okay, may work for a little while. Then you might come back again a year later, be like, hey, doc, it's not working anymore. My sugars are going back up. And then they say, oh, okay, well, let's try this script. That's you. You're ready to get off of that endless cycle of more and more and more medications. Then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It is calling your name, fam. It's calling your name. You know what I'm saying? Can I eat 4 to 6 eggs on the protocol? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I don't even call it a protocol. It's a blueprint. It's a blueprint. It's a nutrition blueprint. You can call it protocol, sure. It's just a blueprint. That's what I call it. Okay? It's a blueprint. Just like when you build a house. You build a beautiful house. When do you build a house? You build a house when you have it finished. Okay? That's when you start building the house. When you have it finished. When do you have it finished? Oh, yeah. On the blueprint. The blueprint is all finished. Like, look at the house. That's when you start building it. It's the same thing that's going to happen to you. This is what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is. It is a blueprint. It's already done. Many people have done this. Many people have gone and gotten off their diabetes medications by following this blueprint. The blueprint's done. The house is already built. You just got to follow the blueprint. That is what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is about. All about your nutrition for 14 days. It's very, very powerful. Use that discount code ENERGY, and I promise you, your life will never look the same ever again. But yes, you can eat eggs on the challenge. I can water fast for 3 days for a start. I am slim. I have nothing to lose. Okay, is your A1C out of control? Why do you want to do all this stuff if you're good to go? Sounds like you're good. Yeah, the professionals, if that's you professionals, if you're raising your hand and say that's me, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Some type 2 are given insulin. Type 2 don't need. Some type 2s are given insulin. Type 2s don't need insulin. That is correct. Type 2s do not need insulin, but we're given the insulin because we're using the insulin as basically like to play bully ball. Like if you've got type 2 diabetes, that's a very good question. That's a very good thing to say. Thank you for saying that. You've got type 2 diabetes. Here it is. Let's break it down. Let's find out this test that you want to take, folks. Here's a test that you can take, and it's called a C-peptide test. How do I join the 14-day challenge? You asked if I had any questions. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, ask me questions. You got any questions? How to, bro? How to? If you just joined us right here, if you're ready to join that challenge, you click right up here. If you say, Kelley, I am ready to join that challenge, man. Today's the freaking day. I'm sick and tired. I'm ready to get off of that roller coaster. You click right up here. You say, I ain't messing around anymore. You click right up here. You click on that picture again. My picture again. Okay? That's you. You say, I ain't messing around anymore, Kelley. Today's the day, bro. Here it is. Click right up here. Click on my picture again. Same thing over here. You click on my description, that link in my description, and here it is. Here's how you join. Right here. There's the link to join that 14-day challenge. It is a no-nonsense approach. We are not messing around when it comes on this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. What is it? It is a 14-day blueprint. You follow the blueprint. Same blueprint that over 300 people have joined this challenge. You follow this blueprint, you're going to get the same results as they got, if not better. Depends on how hard you go. How hard you go, it will depend on what happens to your blood sugar. You ready to take control of your blood sugar? If you say change isn't just desired, Kelley, I ain't ready to control my blood sugar. Like I've been ready to take control of my blood sugar like last year. I've been ready. Like 10 years ago, I was ready to take control of my blood sugar. But the doctor, listen, the doctor, they've been giving me the warning signs, but they haven't given me a real roadmap, Kelley. Then the 14-day challenge is the map. The doctor gave you the warning signs, but no real roadmap. The 14-day challenge is the map. Right here. Here's the map. It's $99 to join that 14-day challenge. But if you use that discount code ENERGY, the live discount code, you're knocking 20% off of the price. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, the blueprint that I told you about. You follow the blueprint. You show up. You do the work. You do it again the next day. For 14 days, that's all it's going to take. People have taken their A1C from an 8 to a 6 in 14 days. From a 7 and gotten off their medication, done by the doctor, not me. I didn't take them off their medication. They didn't take themselves off the medication. Their freaking doctor did, okay? The doctor did. I'm not the doctor. I can't take you off your medication. Someone went from a 5.7 or from a 7.1, sorry, to a 5.7 in 14 days. A 1.5 in 14 days. But those are the people who are doing the work. It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY because we're getting ready to get up out of here in a little bit. Use that discount code ENERGY. You're joining the challenge for $79. How to, bro? Yep. ENERGY. Yep. That's the live discount code. Now, something I was going to talk about before I started talking about the challenge again. Insulin, type 2. Something I was going to talk about with insulin. Somebody remind me. I got a little sidetracked. Started talking about the challenge. How do I join the challenge? Yep. That's how you join the challenge. Yep. ENERGY. That is the discount code. Oh, yeah. C-peptide test. I remember now. I remember. We started talking about insulin. Here's how you can know for sure. You want to know for sure, like, man, can I reverse this thing? Is this thing reversible? I've heard of people reversing this condition. Can I reverse it? Mine? Here's how you do it. Here's how you know for sure. You can go to the doctor and you can get what's called a C-peptide. C-peptide test. And you can go to the doctor and you can say, yo, doc, give me that test. What is this test going to do? It's going to tell you if you can get rid of diabetes or not. Type 2 diabetes I'm talking about. If you can get rid of it or not. That number should go, and when you get your test results back, it should go anywhere between 0.5 to 2. 0.5 to 2.0. If your number falls anywhere between 0.5 to 2.0, good news. You can reverse. You can reverse this type 2 diabetes. You can reverse this insulin resistance. You can reverse this thing, right? Heidi, yes, that is true. A1C measures reflects blood sugar over the past 3 months. I get why you put 3 in big letters. It shows your snacks and binges. Yeah. But here's the thing. However, it is 3 months. But however, in as little as 2 weeks, you can put a huge dent in your overall A1C based on your normal everyday stuff. How you're eating, how you're sleeping, how you're managing your stress, how you're eating specifically, and then you're sleeping. But back to my 0.5 to 2.0. If your test comes back between there, that means that you can reverse it, even if it's higher. If it's higher than 2, that means you can definitely reverse it. Why? It's because it means you got too much insulin at that point. You've got too much insulin. If it's lower than 0.5, then that's a problem. If it's lower than 0.5, that someone who's a type 1 diabetic, someone's asking a question about type 1 diabetes. Why would it be lower than 0.5? What causes, why can't be reversed? Is it type 1 only? Yeah, what causes, or I think what cases can't be reversed? Yeah, type 1s cannot be reversed. Now you can improve it, but you cannot reverse it. It's because your body does not produce insulin anymore. Your insulin is under constant attack by your immune system. Your immune system is like waiting. Anything that comes out of there that even remotely looks like insulin and those beta cells, your immune system is going to destroy it. The beta cells from your pancreas are destroyed. It's kind of like friendly fire. So that would be the reason that yours is lower than 0.5. But anything above 0.5, you can get rid of it. And if your results come back within range from your doctor, you can even take a fasting insulin test, but start off with the C-peptide. It's going to be a special test that you got to ask your doctor. The doctor's just not going to give you this test. You ain't going to just walk up and be like, yo, doc. The doctor's going to automatically give you a C-peptide. They ain't going to do it. So if it comes back with here it is. Here's the solution. Here's the formula. If your number comes back within range, it's MA plus D. It's a formula. Minus Y. That's the formula. So what is the MA? Let's put it up on the board. MA stands for, it's a formula. It equals success. So it's MA, it's massive action. Here's the formula, folks. When your C-peptide comes back within that normal range, here it is. It's massive action plus the D, which is determination. Massive action plus determination. Can't really see the T. Minus the last part of it, the Y, is your excuses. Minus excuses. Let's just put it, excuses. So that's the formula for success. If your C-peptide comes back within that normal range, which for most people it will, you can reverse the thing. And the only thing that's holding you back from being successful is mastering this formula right here. Massive action plus an extreme amount of determination minus your excuses, you'll be successful. You'll get rid of the diabetes. You have no excuse at that point because the doctor already said that it's possible. The results already show it's possible. You're just going to have to do some work. You're just going to have to get outside of your comfort zone. But here's the thing. We talk about insulin. If your excuse game is stronger than your insulin, then the 14-day challenge is calling your name, folks. If your favorite exercise is running from accountability, like we talked about right here, massive action plus determination, if that's your favorite exercise, running from accountability, then the challenge, the 14-day challenge, is your new gym membership. Okay? going to be your new gym membership. That's the test. That's why a lot of people are like, yo, listen, Kelley, I'm not going to take that test, bro. People come to me, Kelley, I ain't taking that test, man. Like, why you going to take that test? Because I don't want to know. I don't want to know that I know that it's possible. Because I know what it is going to take. I know what it is going to take me getting outside of my comfort zone. I know that if I want something extreme, Kelley, like lower my A1C by 2 points, 1.5 points in 2 weeks. If I want to do something extreme, like telling the doctor get me off of my medication, I'm gonna have to do something extreme. Join the 14-day challenge is extreme. Because we're cleaning up your eating. And people are like, hell no, bro. Like, I love to eat what I love to eat. If you love to eat what you love to eat, I get it. But if you love your energy more, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY. You'll get it back. Type 2 diabetes is caused by your poor eating habits. Yeah. Damage can be permanent. Well, it can be permanent, but we're talking about the C-peptide number right here. If it's not below a 0.5, it's not permanent. If it's anything above 0.5, it is not permanent. These are facts, folks. These are facts. Change what you eat equals improve your health. That's it. So you're right, Heidi. Is a lot of things that could be harming your health, but it's predominantly what you're eating. I've lost 4 stone. Amazing. Is 6.2 bad? I know it's pre-diabetes, but I don't want to get to the type 2. Yeah, it's bad. It just, being a pre-diabetic means this, folks. It means that if you just join us, it means that you're already sick. It means that you've already had insulin resistance. You already have insulin resistance. It just hasn't gotten bad yet. So there's no such thing, Lindsay, as pre-diabetes and diabetes becoming a type 2 diabetic. There's no difference. The only difference is how bad did you let it get? It's the only difference. How bad did you let the insulin resistance get? It's the only difference. It's the only difference. So yeah, I get a hold of it. I take it very, very seriously. If I were you, I take it very, very. If my A1C is at a 6.2, I take it very, very seriously. You want to drop it at least by a point. You want to drop it to about a 5.2, 5.2, 5.3. You hang out with me for 2 weeks, we'll get that thing dropped. It's a blueprint. It's a principle. Principles don't care who you are. Principles don't care if you're from the. I know that you use stone. Principles don't care if you're from the UK. It doesn't care if you're from the United States. It doesn't care from Australia. It doesn't care if you're from the Bahamas. These are principles. You follow the principles. You show up. You do the work. You do it again tomorrow. You will get the same results just like everybody else has got. Getting off of that blood sugar roller coaster. If you want in, Elder, if you want in, we're getting ready to get out of here. If you want in, I want you to use that discount code, the live discount code ENERGY. Where do you get in? You get in right here, Elder. Here's where you get in. The live discount code. Right here. You click right up here because we're getting ready to get out of here. And then you click on that picture again. My picture again, sorry. And then you're going to come to right here. Oops. Right here. Click right here. If you want in, now is the time to get in because we're getting ready to get off of this live. Click right here. Click on my picture again, and then here it is. Here's where the challenge is right here, folks. The orange. The one in orange right here is where the challenge is. Accept the challenge. It's a lot of people or accept the challenge, or sorry, it's over 250, almost 300 people have joined this challenge. I think we're like 280 or something right now. Have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You want to join that challenge, use that discount code ENERGY. It's $79. It's $99 to join that 14-day challenge. It is a nutrition blueprint. Specifically for people who are suffering from insulin resistance, like yourself. If that is you, if you need a nutrition blueprint because you are suffering from insulin resistance and high blood sugar, if that is you, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, if that is you. Okay? We're going to put the excuses to the side. There's no more excuses. Like we said up here, massive action plus determination minus your excuses. If your excuses are starting to sound like bedtime stories, then it's time to wake up and join the 14-day challenge. Here it is. $99 to join that challenge. $79 if you use that discount code, ENERGY. Yeah. There you go, Elder. You want to use it because we're getting ready to get out of here in a few minutes. What food addiction is correct, but we had a lot of help with it. Yeah? Yeah, we do have a lot of help with it. We do have a lot of help with it. You're absolutely right. It's built, the food system is built, designed for you to be addicted. It's designed to sting you. It is designed to sting you, Sandra. Just like one of my favorite fables. You've ever heard of the scorpion and the frog? Here's a little fable. It's a children's fable, but you can use it for adults. Here it is. One day, the scorpion decided that he wanted to get across the river. He looked across and he was like, yo, I need to get across this river, but I don't know how to swim. So let me go over here and ask the frog. Hey, Mr. Frog, can you help me get across the river? I need to get across there. And the frog was like, oh, hell no, bro. I'm not giving you a ride across the river. You're a scorpion. You're going to sting me. The scorpion said, well, why would I sting you, bro? Like, I need to get across the river. If I sting you, we both drown. And the frog was like, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. That does sound good. Okay, you're right. That's logical. So they're riding across. The frog gave the scorpion a ride across the bridge. Across the river. And they're talking, they're chopping it up. And right before they get to the other side, the scorpion stings the frog. And the frog is like, yo, why did you sting me? Now we're both going to die. And we're both going to perish in this river. And the scorpion said, well, I am a scorpion. It's in my nature. Okay? I am a scorpion. It's in my nature. So when it comes to the big food industries, when it comes to eating all the junk food and all the commercials and marketing and all that stuff is designed to sting you. So now you got to go to the doctor and get all this doctor's bills and all kinds of stuff because you got stung. You got stung by the commercial. Like that's the commercial that says, I bet you can't eat just one Lay's potato chip. And you couldn't eat just one. And you just kept on eating them. And the Ho-Ho Twinkies and the Ding Dongs and all that stuff, we got stung. We go to the doctor and then they just give us a bunch of medication and we get stung some more. Here it is. Here's one of my favorite quotes. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is right here. I got it written down. Let me find it. Yeah. America sells you sickness at the grocery store and sells you fake solutions at the pharmacy, folks. I'm going to say that again. America sells you sickness at the grocery store and sells you fake solutions at the pharmacy, aka don't get stoned. If you're tired of getting stoned, you're ready to get out of that cycle, that endless cycle of medication and more medication and all kinds of stuff. You ready to get out of that cycle? If that's you, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Is it for high A1C only? No. Yeah, repeatedly stoned, Sandra. Is it for high A1C only? It's designed for people with high A1C, but it depends on what you're trying to do. Bridget, got to be more specific. Or what is it that you're trying to do? You tell me what you're trying to do, and I'll tell you if the challenge is for you or not. A lot of people just say, hey, listen, I just want to lose some weight. I want to do this, or I want to be healthy. You just want to be healthy, then you're going to be healthy, but it might not be, I want to lose a couple of pounds. The challenge might not be for you. The challenge is for people who are seriously suffering from insulin resistance, or even if they're pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, erectile dysfunction, like whatever it is that they're suffering from, insulin resistance. That is who the challenge is for. Where do I sign up for the challenge? To sign up right here. Right here, sweetie pies. Click right up here. Click on my picture again. You got me? You follow me? Click right up here. Click on my picture. And then click on my picture again. And then you're going to come to here. You're going to come here. Right here. Click right here. There it is. Click that link in my description. Same thing over here. If you click that link in my description, it's going to take you right here. Show y'all where it is because we're getting ready to get out of here. But here's all the stuff. It's like Disney World for a diabetic, folks. A lot of freebies on this page. Quiz, masterclass, you name it. But for my action takers, for my people who have said, listen, that I am ready, so ready for change, then you click on that orange one that says the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You click on that one right there. You say, I am so ready for change. I am at the point where, listen, I'll do anything, Kelley. Whatever. I'm ready. I'm at that point. The pain of this condition has gotten so bad. It's painful, man. I'm ready to get out of the pain. If you're ready to get out of that pain of the endless cycle of more meds and the neuropathies and all of this stuff, if you're tired of all of that, you just ready to get your life back. Like, yo, man, I'm just ready to get my life back, man. I'm at that point in my life where I'm just ready to get my life back. I'm ready to get rid of it. I'm ready to like not have any inflammation. I'm at the point where I'm ready to keep my toes. I'm at the point, man, where I'm ready to keep my vision. If that's you, if you're at that point where you're ready to keep your vision, if you're ready to keep your toes, if you're at the point where you're ready to get your energy back, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you're at that point. But hey, I get it. Some people aren't at that point yet. Some people aren't at the point where change isn't just desired. But if you are, I'm talking to you. Specifically to you, to the person who is struggling really, really bad. I am talking to you. This is the roadmap, the 14-day challenge. Click right here to sign up. It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But while I'm live, which I'll be live for another couple more minutes, while I'm live, you can use that discount code, ENERGY. You use that, you're joining the challenge for $79 to join the challenge. That's where you sign up. So that's it, folks. That's where you sign up. There's a lot of freebies on my page as well. There's a quiz. There's a master class. There's a lot of freebies. But here's what I want y'all to remember, though, folks. Just know that you're not stuck. You're not stuck with insulin resistance. You're not stuck with diabetes. You're not stuck with PCOS. You're not stuck with erectile dysfunction. You're not stuck with any of that. You're just loyal to your preferences. That's all it is. Just loyal to your preferences, as I was. You can get rid of that condition like yesterday if you've got enough reasons. If you've got enough reasons, you can do the most incredible things. If you've got enough of them. If you don't have enough reasons, you just make up an excuse. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. And shout out to somebody for joining the challenge. Your life will never be the same. Shout out to you for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Bridget, your life is never going to be the same. Check your email. You should have gotten a text message from me as well, right? You should got I sent the text right while we was talking. Right as soon as you signed up, boom, I sent you a text. But that's it, folks. This condition, like I said, if you want it, you'll find a way. But if you don't, you will find an excuse. Like I said earlier, when we did the game with the kids and all that stuff, most people said that they will get, everybody said that they will get, when it came to getting their kids back, And the ransom was, here's the ransom. The bad guys took your kids. This is a movie. This is like real, not real life stuff. The bad guys took your kids and they said, the ransom is this. The ransom is, here's what we want for the ransom. We got to get you got to get your A1C to a 5.3. And the timer starts now. As soon as you get your A1C back to a 5.3, that's when you'll get your kids back. Everybody on here would say, I will do everything in my power to get my A. You be out there working out, you be out there eating, studying nutrition, you be out there like sleeping great, like you be stressed and you wouldn't have no stress. You'd figure out a way to dial it in so quickly to get your number back to a 5.3. But the question is to get your kids back. But the question is, if you do it for your kids, why the hell would you not do it for yourself? That blows my mind. A lot of people will do it for their kids, but they won't do it for themselves. Everybody has the ability to do this. Everybody does. But most people just don't have enough reasons. You get enough reasons, you can do the most incredible things. I'm telling you. Let me be as your witness. If you've got enough reasons, you can do the most incredible things. Is insurance good to have? No, it's not. Insurance is terrible. If you've got enough reasons, folks, you can do the most incredible things. If you don't have enough reasons, all we'll have is excuses. That's all we'll have. That's all I had. That's all I had for many years. I could have did it. I could have did it when I was this guy. I could have did it. I could have did it. When I was this guy with obese and all that with the big stomach, I could have did it. I didn't have enough reasons. But when my mother passed away suddenly from a heart attack due to insulin resistance, yeah, okay. Now I got enough reasons. And that reason is called anger. That's the reasons. So if you've got enough reasons, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, which almost 300 people have done. You join that 14-day challenge, use that discount code ENERGY, folks. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. But here's the thing. Here's what I want you to remember before we get up out of here. And we're gone. We'll be back tomorrow, 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. No insurance at the hospital. Throw that away. Here's what I want you to remember. That when we're born, we look like our parents. You be like, yo, who does he look like? He looks like his mom. He looks like his dad. Looks like his grandpa. Like, who does he look like? Who does she look like? Oh, she looks like her grandma. When we're born, we look like our parents. But when we die, oh, we look like our choices. I'm trying to shut it down, folks. It's a little delayed, but I'll get it. Don't worry.